Huh? Huh? Hello? Hello? Why is my... There we go. Okay, there we go. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Put a 1 in chat if you can hear me. Hello? I cannot remain clueless forever. Yeah, you doubt my abilities. Nice hairline, bro. Looks sick. Okay, cool. Awesome. Nice. Trying to no stream. Not yet, but next. You will see what I mean. Hello. 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 Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? What? I've got the green screen. What? I've got the green screen up in the background. What could this mean? Ooh, you're gonna have to see in like a couple minutes, yeah? Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. The Bonky. Hello. Hey, Elite Ball Knowledge. We'll get to that. Don't worry, we will. Hello. Are we doing that? No, not yet. But I'm talking about it. I'm talking about all that type of stuff in this stream. I know, like, the thumbnail's very much like Deltarune, we need to talk. Why is there a green screen? I don't know. Why is there a green screen? Huh? I don't know. Why is there a green screen? Look, it's green. Hey, thanks for the 10 plun. He still doesn't know shit. Yeah, unironically, you know, merch is something I've thought about. That would be very funny. Would you guys, like, get Beak merch for, like, let's say, like, 250k? Oh no, like something to celebrate it with. I think that could be quite fun. I think. Tell us, oblivious man, are we knowing today? Maybe. All will be revealed in this stream. All will be revealed. This will be a little bit this stream's gonna be a lot more. How can I put this? Sophisticated. Because your boy's been cooking. I've done so much work today. Oh my god. I made an entire second channel video, which you guys should watch. I'll have it on stream. And I've also done a thing for this stream, which I haven't done in quite a while. Bro made a green droid. Yeah, I don't know what this whole... I know green is from chapter 5, but like, that's about it. Beak is green and in between. Bro, I would buy your merch. But like, living in a country that can't accept any foreign shit. Low key, I understand that struggle, man. South Africa is horrible. Oh my god, it is insane. It's like, you have a second channel. Yes, I do. It all will be revealed in this stream. Trust me, I'm cooking in this stream. Right? Chat. Once again, all donations are going to go to the bootleg merch fund that I've got going. I've started my hunt. It's been a lot harder than I thought it would have been initially when it comes to other things, but I have found some stuff which will be like quite funny. But like the thing is, lots of like bootleg merch for Deltarune is kind of well made. Like I don't want well made shit for a video. I want funny shit for a video, like action figure. Like I'm sure I've got like some hang on a minute. Let me look for something. Wait, I want to show you what I mean. Yeah. Like a while ago, right? Like going back a year ago. Like, I want to find shit like this for bootleg merch. I want to find shit like this for bootleg merch. My Skibbity Toilet action figure. I made a video on this stuff probably about a year and a half ago. Maybe, actually no, maybe longer than that. Holy shit. Yeah, and I want to find like funny like bootleg shit. Chair. Oh, okay. Would you guys want to see the chair? Huh? Do you want to see the chair? When are you going to do the weird route? All will be revealed this stream. Don't you worry. I'm talking about all that type of stuff this stream. We're cooking this stream. Do you guys want to see the chair? It's the Skibbity Toilet. Here. Hopefully this doesn't break my chair. How can I pick this up so it doesn't break? Like this. There we go. Wow! Wow! Oh my god! The chair, the roaring night! My headset's falling off. There we go. Well, hey, I saw that donation. Thank you. Do you plan on checking everything you missed? Good thing you tuned into this stream then. Ooh. Ooh, but what could that mean? What the fuck? Why am I vague posting? What? The Beak is vague posting on the mid YouTube channel? What? Oh my god. Ooh. Vague. I'm a vague post king. Always bet on chair night. Exactly. Exactly. But chat, should we get to the main attraction? What do you guys think? Huh? Should we get to the main attraction? Should we? Should put a 1 in chat if we should get to the main attraction. I'm falling. Yeah, let's get a Jerona in chat. Fucking Jerona. Where's my bin? We're gonna know. Yeah, I think we are gonna know this stream, boys. We are gonna know. Okay, this is gonna be the most revolutionary stream you guys have ever seen in your entire life, by the way. I've cooked things up today that you guys can't comprehend. I'm gonna show you why I got a green screen. Yeah, let me just remember how to do this, because I promise I'm a good streamer. What? Oh my god, what is this? Oh my god, what is this? Ooh. Ooh! Ooh! Let me move my chat quickly. I'm gonna put chat there. Hello! Hello, everybody! Hello! I've been cooking today. Do you guys want to see my creation? Oh my god, green screen? What? I'm using my green screen in a stream? What? Hey, what's up, Quite? Yo! What? Oh my god, what? I've watched your videos for years, man. What's up? How you doing? Oh, that's so cool. Holy shit. What's up, man? Damn, that's so cool. Holy shit, hope you're doing good, man. Damn. But look, I'm a proper YouTuber now. I've got a fucking green screen. What? Oh my god, it's like I've transcended my own videos from MP4 format to live. But hello, everybody. Hello. You guys doing good? I've been cooking today. Okay. Do you guys want to see some peak graphic design, right? Do you want to see what we're doing this stream? Okay. So first up, hello, everybody. Hope you're doing good. All that type of usual shit. The Deltarune signal cord. Yeah, well, fuck, it's got me by the horns, bro. Like, this game's like revolutionary. It's insane. But thanks for coming out, man. I hope you're doing good. Yeah. All right. All right. So watch this, chat. Watch this. Watch this. You're about to see something revolutionary. Oh my god. Holy shit. Graphic design is my passion. But okay. Let me get into detail about what we're doing in this stream. Right. So I've gotten a lot of like comments and that type of stuff about like, you know, what are you gonna do from here? You know? Like what's the plan? Like when it comes to future routes and secrets and all that type of stuff, right? So your boy has prepared a PowerPoint. All right, I've got a PowerPoint. This is gonna be fucking it's a family meeting, State of the Union. I've got tons of shit going on. But first of all, so I told you about my second channel earlier, right? I posted a video there about like 2 hours ago, I want to say. Actually, no, maybe actually less than an hour ago, I think. So it's called The Bonk, right? It's called The Bonk. And basically, the plan on that channel is to upload a whole bunch of like smaller things in between big projects, because like it's really fun working on like hour-long projects and like 4 hour. Like fuck, the last video was 6 hours long. Huh? What the fuck? But you know, I don't want to do that like back to back to back to back to back. You know, it's nice to like work on something for a while, but then also like have something else, right? So this. So I'm doing the Bonky Wonky Revival. Yes, Ollie. I haven't uploaded this channel in over a year, but I'm reviving it, right? I'm reviving it. So basically, as I said, how this channel is going to work, it's going to be just like smaller projects, right? So I've uploaded this video on the Bonk channel about an hour ago. I think you guys will really enjoy it. It's about 10 minutes. What, of the Beak making a 10-minute video? Oh my god, what the fuck? Well, yeah, dude, I remember back at like a couple years ago, right, when I was making videos. 10-minute video would be like, oh my god, this is gonna take me a week to do. This shit took me 2 hours. It's like what the. It's so interesting how all that shit changes because it's like holy shit, like 6 hour making a 6-hour video is so much fun, but oh my god, I was finished like 2 days afterwards. I was so cooked. But anyway, chat, I'd really appreciate it if you guys go have a look. This video is me just basically like talking about, hey, thanks for the $2, Aldera. Thank you. But this video is basically me just like having a yap about like some stuff I like, kind of like a retrospective-ish on my runs, like retrospective, very retrospective light. Again, I'd be appreciative if you guys have a look. The video is pretty good. I would know because I made it. But anyway, chat, watch this. You guys can't hear me properly, right? Let me know if the music's too loud. All right. Watch this. Oh. Okay. And also, since we're doing housekeeping, right? Since this is a proper housekeeping stream, the next video on the Beak YouTube channel is about one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life, Outer Wilds. Oh my god. Oh, what music? What? Is there no... What? What? There's no music? No ways. What? Oh my god, wait. There's no music? Huh? Wait. Are you guys getting a bit funny or is there no music? I can turn it up a little bit. Alright. Okay, well, music, like no music, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but next video. This is the next video, right? We can't hear music. Hey, what's up, Crimson? Hey, play White Knuckle. I want to, yeah. Okay. Okay, I've turned it up a little bit, so just let me know if it gets too loud. Yeah, proper, like, good streamer. Holy shit, I know. But anyway, as I said, next video is Outer Wilds. Right, I finished this game the other night. I finished this game the other night, like Friday, I think it was. Maybe Thursday. Oh my god, it is such an amazing game. It is amazing. So next video is gonna be about Outer Wilds. It's oh my god, it's so fucking peak. It's like actually an amazing game. Like I cannot believe I've missed out on so much peak in my entire life. But next video, Outer Wilds, coming out Friday or Saturday, hopefully. I understand why people don't shut up about this game because it genuinely is that good. It's unlike anything. It's like unlike anything I've ever played before. But chat. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. What could this possibly mean? What could this mean? Chat? How many times did you autopilot into the sun? A lot. A lot. Holy shit, a lot. Alright, chat. What could this mean? Huh? What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? It's honestly like, you know what it's like? I feel like I'm doing like a Game of the Year presentation. You know, like the Game Awards. I also look like I'm telling a fucking scary story. What could this mean, chat? What could this mean? Future Deltarune content? I don't know. Deltarune Yowie reaction to second channel content. Chat, what could this mean? Well, bro is finally gonna know? Oh yeah. Do you wanna see why? Once again, graphic design is my passion. Whoa! Alright, so, secrets, peculiar happenings, and my quest for knowing. What does this mean? I'll tell you what it means, right? So, I've been getting a lot of comments talking about, you know, like, things I missed. Like, secret bosses, like, all that type of shit. Like, bunch of stuff, right? And I've also been getting lots of comments talking about, like, are you going to cover it? Like, all that type of stuff. Yeah. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. So, the next Deltarune, like, the next big Deltarune content I'm doing, right? The next big Deltarune content I'm doing is gonna be like secret bosses, like stuff I missed. I have an idea about what I missed, and like how to get there. I have an idea. But now the question is, because I don't really know how long all of that stuff is gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna make them individual videos or if I'm gonna make it like one big like. If I do like the secret bosses, right? I might make that into one video where I cover all of the secret bosses I missed. Because I mean, what secret bosses have I done? I've done Gerson. Gerson has been defeated. Well, not really defeated, you know what I mean. And then Hatsune Miku. I've done those two. But, I mean, that's only 2 out of 5 chapters. So, like, huh? What have I missed? One big video. Okay. Yeah, because there's a reason why I'm asking that question. But, I don't want to spoil it away. Yeah, so I might do, I'll probably do, like, the secret bosses thing in one video. Right? That will... you did 2 out of 5. Yeah. So I'll do one big video. Yeah, I'll do that for the secret bosses. And also, like, when it comes to secrets and stuff like that, right? I'll get into a little bit of that a little bit later, specifically about... I'm really interested, because I found the egg in chapter 5, right? 1 10-hour video. So I found the egg in chapter 5, right? And ever since then, I've been so compelled about like who the man behind the tree is, or the thing behind the tree, right? But I'll get into that a little bit later. So like when it comes to secrets, peculiar happenings, my quest for knowing, this is more about like secret bosses. I'll probably turn that into. I'll probably stream it. There's a good chance I'll stream it. He probably knows about Gaster. I don't know who that is. Again, like that's this too. Like I mean, I don't know who Gaster is. Gaster. I don't know who that is. So like, I want to find out. I want to find that shit out. You know. So I mean, yeah, it's also like Gaster. What else? It's Gaster. Mainly secret bosses here though. But now, chat. Oh, you guys have been asking about this next thing a lot. Oh. You guys have been asking about this thing a lot. Ooh. What about Undertale secrets? Yeah, I want to look into that too. It's basically like secrets is like everything I've missed, right? But chat. Ooh, chat. Maybe I should turn the music off to make this even more serious. Because this is big. Let me do that. Okay, chat. Now, this is something that a lot of you guys have been talking about. In comments, and even in this stream. I wonder what it is. What's gonna happen after the secret boss video? I wonder. I wonder what's going to happen after the secret video. The secret bosses video. I don't know. Observe. Ooh. What could this mean? What could this mean? What could this mean? What could this mean? Huh? Things are gonna get weird. How weird? I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't know anything about this, like, I don't know anything about this, like, foretold weird route in Deltarune. I know it's an alternative route that exists. That's all I know. I don't know how to start it. I'm gonna do some research into that. The only thing I have seen, because I have done like a little bit of like non-spoiler stuff, is what chapter it like actually starts on. And I need you guys to like confirm this for me, right? So I saw a post talking about like how to start the weird route, like not necessarily like what it entails, but apparently it starts properly in chapter 2. And you don't actually have to do chapter 1. Is that true? Is that true? Does it start with chapter 2? Okay. Okay, so I don't need to do chapter 1 for the weird route at all. That's just something I want to clarify about this, right? Okay, weird route starts in chapter 2, lots of 2s. Okay, good. That's good to know. I need to write that down. Where's my notes? Because that's like the one thing I just needed clarification on. Because I'm an idiot. Like, you guys know this. Weird route starts chapter 2. Okay, so because of that, right? The reason why I said I don't know if I should do one big video earlier is because this weird route, if it's like, I think I've done pretty much like the pacifist route, right? With my like run from 1 to 5. That is my that's like what I thought I've done. So if it's similar, if it's just like the whole game again, like Undertale Genocide Run, right, then this weird route will be chapter. I won't make it like one big video. They might be slightly shorter than my like I don't think like when I eventually get to chapter 5, I don't think it'll be 6 hours again. But I mean, next thing you know, it might be, because there might be like insane shit in here. I don't know anything about the weird route. Please don't spoil me about it. Like the only thing I know about Deltarune's weird route is that like it's another route. like that's all I know. Okay. You can make it one video. Oh, okay. Hey, thanks for the $2. Keep it up, Beak. Don't forget about S-rank rooms. Yeah. Like when it comes to like secret bosses and that type of stuff, like I think if I get S-rank on everything in chapter 3, then I'll get like a secret boss, I think. Like I've been around the block a few times now, you know, like I think I kind of understand where I went wrong. It's shorter. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll only be able to like work out how I'll do videos on the weird route when like after I do them. You know, because you guys are saying it's shorter. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, weird route is happening. I'm really excited about that. But now, the burning question for if you're like a YouTuber, right? The burning question. If there's YouTubers in this chat, you guys know what I'm saying. What happens once you think you cover everything? Huh? What do you do? What do you do? Well, see, this is where your boy's been thinking. All right. I had a video title and an idea come to me in a dream, and we're going to be eating good, chat. We are going to be eating good. What's going to happen after the weird route once I've covered everything? Well, then this is where we're going to start getting really interesting, isn't it? What's going to happen? Because you guys seem to really like my analysis of things. Ooh. Breakdowns and Beak theories is going to happen. I am so excited for this. I am so excited for this. Oh my god. I am so excited. I cannot wait to like cook, you know? So basically, Chris's Asgore, yes, exactly. The Chris's Asgore theory video will be real. That will happen. We love your analysis. Yes. So what I'm gonna do with this type of stuff, right? They're gonna be shorter. I have a really cool idea, specifically for Tenor at the moment. I just have like a a really, really cool idea. These videos, like when it comes to breakdowns of certain characters, it's gonna be about like a video about Tenor. And then a video about, hey, Kevin boy, hey, thanks for the $5. I'm in. Yeah, no, definitely. I will be talking to you about this type of shit. Don't you worry. But basically, how this is going to go, right? How this is going to go. So, like, the thing I find most interesting about Deltarune is analyzing the characters. When it comes to the videos I'm making, like, that's the section that I really like doing. Like, talking about Tenor, talking about the weird, like, Titan thing. But then it's like, oh, okay, talking about the Titan. But then, okay, but why is the Titan song called Guardian? Huh? Why is that a thing? What the fuck? Why is that a thing? And then, like, chapter 5 with, like, Flowery, right? I want to dig into, like, I touch on it briefly in the video. I talk about how, like, Rolsey and Flowery are two sides of, like, the same coin. But I'd really love to expand on that. And, like, with Tenor, like, I'm not going to say what the title is because you guys are going to steal it, because let me tell you, it is a certified banger. But how that's going to work is, it's basically going to be breakdowns of, like, characters, my theories on them, like, all that type of stuff. And like Beak theories is like, okay, like what do I think is going to happen in chapter 6? And like, who do I think the Roaring Knight is? Like the thing is, why isn't Asgore? No, Chris is Asgore. Yeah, so I mean, I'm really excited for this. These videos are going to be, they're going to be a lot more high effort. Like when it comes to production value, I have a really cool idea. I mean, the reason why I'm talking about Tenor a lot is because this idea came to me just after finishing chapter 3. Because I really like the existentialness of Tenor, right? I think it's like, it's just so interesting to me about how, like, it is what happens when you derive a device of its entire reason for being. That was just like, what the fuck? That is so interesting. So like, what I want to do with this, right? I want to get like I want to kind of like set up a set, you know, like I want to get an old like TV, right? Like one of those old like CRT TVs, and I want to like try to do shit with that. It's gonna be like so much fun. And like chair night, exactly, maybe a fucking funny video, a second channel video why my chair's the Roaring Knight. I am gonna be, we are cooking here. I'm so fucking excited. And like, if you guys want to hear my current theory about who I think the Roaring Knight is, be sure to check out my second channel, by the way, or the Bonk on YouTube, or why it took me 8 years to play. Or what's the video titled? Why did it take me 8 years to play Deltarune? Ooh, yeah. So this is gonna be it's like I don't know. It's just like so. I am so excited for like Deltarune content and that type of stuff because there's so much like meat to chew on. You know, will there be Half-Life 2 vids? Yes. Don't worry, I'm gonna get into like what I'm gonna do with that type of stuff next. Like that's the next little slide I want to talk about. Okay. What? Okay, so that was the main presentation. But now the question is, okay, but what else? You know, like what else? What else am I gonna be doing besides Deltarune? Because like the thing is, while I genuinely love Deltarune. It is such a good game. I don't want to be a solely Deltarune channel. You know, so someone earlier asked about Half-Life 2. Outer Wilds video is next. So how this is all going to work. My main plan at the moment when it comes to like uploading and that type of stuff. Oh, peek behind the curtain. Wow. Is like Deltarune video about something else. Deltarune video about something else. Right. So someone said Portal. Now, Portal is a game that I really want to cover. I want to cover games like, I'm doing Outer Wilds. So, Outer Wilds, yes, fan games. I've heard people talking about Undertale Yellow. There's also Undertale AUs. I want to talk about that because I think that's quite interesting. There's the bootleg merch Deltarune video. That might be a second channel video though. Once everything's all said and done, I'll have to see. Like as I'm saying. Right, you can do 50% Deltarune, 50% other stuff. Exactly. So how this is going to work, right? So next video is Outer Wilds, right? And then after that will probably be the secret bosses. After that will probably be that. And then after that, So I'm a bit torn. I want to do a Mori. But I also want to cover Hollow Knight. I want to cover Hollow Knight because I love Hollow Knight. It is one of my favorite games in the entire world. It is an amazing video game. But the thing is that to cover it how I want to cover it, because I've played it, right? That's like the interesting thing. Deadlock, possibly. I've actually been playing quite a bit of Deadlock recently, but the problem is I live in South Africa, so playing it with like stable connection is like absolutely like you can't, because you have to play on a VPN, which isn't very fun. So I would love to, but it just isn't feasible. Have you heard of Star Walker yet? I saw there was like a thing in a coin room. There was a thing in a coin room about someone called like Star Walker, but that's all I know. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, Hollow Knight. The thing with Hollow Knight is that video will end up being very long. Which I'm like not scared of at all. Like, what the fuck? I've done like a 6 hour long video. I did 10 hours of editing for video. Not 10 hours of final editing. Not final production video. I'm not scared of long videos. Like, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, like with Hollow Knight, because there's so much stuff to cover, I do want to do it. I wonder how long that video is going to be, which is why I want to get the second channel up and going. Yeah, so the main ideas at the moment are games like Hollow Knight, Portal, the Half-Life episodes, Amori. I want to do one shot. What else have I thought about? Do I have it written down? Let me look. I have a bunch of stuff written down that I want to do. Where is it? I really want to do the two main games I want to cover at the moment are Amori and Hollow Knight. And then like Undertale AUs and like that type of stuff. And like all that type of stuff. So you need to play one shot. Like, yeah, I want to do one shot. But weirdly enough, like I'm a big Pokemon fan, right? I'm a big Pokemon fan. Like, and I love to do like a Pokemon challenge. Like Subnautica, I've already done Subnautica in the past. I could cover it again, but I did that a couple of months ago. I think Terraria, maybe. Binding of Isaac, yes. I've never played. I'm not going to say I've never played Binding of Isaac. I played 5 minutes of Binding of Isaac. Of one of my friends, Nick, he is begging me to play it, so I will do that. Pokemon, yeah. So what I want to do with Pokemon, right? I want to do a Nuzlocke challenge of Pokemon Platinum. That's I want to do that. I want to do a Nuzlocke challenge for Pokemon Platinum, but that might be a second channel video. What about Subnautica 2? I've played a bit of Subnautica 2. Yeah, I made like a short about it. It's good. I like it, but like the thing is, it's not like fully finished, you know. So I don't really know how I'd cover that. 9 Souls, yeah. Minecraft, maybe Minecraft for second channel. Beak Pokemon Nuzlocke would be, yeah, because like the thing is, right, like you guys know this, I'm an idiot, right? I mean, come on, like you guys know this, I'm a massive idiot. So I think a Pokemon Nuzlocke would be so much. Is that something that you guys have? You heard of Hades? Yeah, I have Hades. I've never played it. You should really give Disco Elysium a try. I can. Yeah, let me turn the music back on. But what do you guys think? I'm always open to like suggestions and that type of stuff too. There we go. But then also like I've had ideas to do like Factorio, like that type of like dumb shit like that. Let me get back to my other screen. Let's do that. Okay. What do you guys think of my presentation? Huh? What do you guys think of my presentation? Oh, the game that I was thinking of. I don't know how good it is, but it's Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never played that game, but apparently it's kind of like generational. I don't know. Telltale games like The Wolf Among Us. Bum 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 bum. But presentation was good. Turn up the music. Okay, I can. P presentation. Yeah, W presentation. Yeah, so in conclusion, we eating good is what we're doing. We are eating good. I've got like so many cool ideas for like Deltarune content. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun. But then like also like stuff like that. White Knuckle 5 Nights. Oh yes, Halloween video. There's a chance that I might do Joy of Creation. Funny Raccoon game is objectively the best game. Was it like the Water Zone? Wah, wah. That is a one of a kind game. I want to do Joy of Creation for Halloween, because that game scared the fuck out of me as a child, and I think that'll be like really, really fun. I think that'll be really, really fun. But now, chat. Now, chat. You should try Me Side. Since you love Hollow Knight, you should check out Tunic. Okay, yeah, I will. Thank you. Blueprints? No, I'd be a moron. I'd be such an idiot. The thing is, right, I would say we could watch a Gaster video now, because you guys seem to really want that. But the thing is, I want to make that its own dedicated stream, because I think I need to. And I also need to find a video that, like, the thing is, when it comes to, like, Gaster, if Gaster is a secret character, what I don't want to happen, right, is I cover something, or I watch a video before I've covered something, you know, because, like, next thing you know, there's a secret boss who I don't know about in the video, and it kind of, like, spoils it, you know. Are you planning on more video essays? Yes, I am. The theory and, like, the breakdowns and that type of stuff, that is gonna be like very video essay coded, like very much so. I'm gonna do like a big mix of everything, which I think would be quite. Do you have a reaction channel where you can watch the Among Us? Yeah, I could do that on second channel. What is some second channel content you guys would like to see? I should probably link the second channel in chat, probably, so you guys can watch it and tell me how much you love the video. Where is here we are. Okay, so chat. Here is the second channel video. Right. Here we go. Here's the second channel video. Go watch that video. Why did it take me 8 years to play Deltarune? So, like, the thing with the second channel, I'd love to do, like, there's a video I'd love to do about, like, what am I even saying right now? Like, the thing with, like, Gaster and stuff like that, I can put the reaction to that on my second channel. Oh, no, but maybe I should, I don't know. I need to think about that. Co-play a game, maybe. You should wait on doing everything before you watch the Gaster stuff. What do you mean about that? What do you mean about that? Missing everything. I need a video talking about Gaster that doesn't spoil Deltarune. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my voice. It is 10 o'clock, and I've been talking a lot today because I was editing and shit like that. Okay, is there a video? If I can make, what I can do is, I'd have to change the stream title and thumbnail. I can, like, cook up something quickly, though. I can do that. Give me, okay, what, who is Gaster and why that matters to Deltarune? Okay, for those who came in late, in the thumbnail is by far the best video. Okay, let me bung this into my YouTube quickly. And then I'd also record, and I need to do my audio too. Let me put that into Chrome. Let me go into an incognito tab. New incognito window. Okay, I'd have to change the stream title and thumbnail then quickly, which is okay. I can do that. Here we go. Gaster is the most important character to Deltarune, but most information isn't hidden in Deltarune, but instead Undertale secrets and ARG stuff. Okay. I've just noticed too. Holy shit, thank you for 224,000 subscribers. Okay. The video I'm seeing, who Dr. Gaster is and why that matters to Deltarune, by someone called Misty Sparkles. Is that the video? Yeah? That's the video. Fight. Oh, wait. Okay. See, the main thing I'm scared of, right? Which is why I've kind of been like hesitant to do Gaster stuff. Is I don't want to get spoiled. That's the main thing. Do not watch. Do not watch. Okay. Okay, what I can do, then. What I can do. Yes, but play secret bosses first. Okay, what I'll do. Next stream. I probably won't be able to cover all of the secret bosses in one stream. If like take chapter 3, for example, right? I'm not going to be able to do like chapter 1, 2, and 3 in like one stream because that will take forever. So I'll break it up over multiple streams. I will, and then we can do Gaster. Then we can do that. Check out everything you missed in Undertale. I mean, like, the thing is, every single bit of lore you might have missed in Undertale. Okay. This one has no Deltarune spoilers. Okay. Yeah, I can watch that if it's like solely about Undertale, then that's cool. I don't mind Undertale spoilers because I played the entire game. Like I don't mind spoilers about that. Let me just copy this quickly. Oh my god, can YouTube stop being cringe? Every single... Okay, let me just type this in quickly. Every single bit of lore you might have missed in Undertale. Okay. Is it the 1.5 hour long video by someone called Phil Games? Is that the video? Hey, thank you for the $2. If you're watching now, you'll enjoy the secrets more. Okay. I can do that. Yes, it's solely Undertale. Okay. Please don't watch Gaster videos. Keeps only having... See, the thing with Gaster, though, what I have heard is that it's really, really hard to get knowledge about Gaster. Like, I was talking to Cammy about this, and he said, like, look, the only way you can, like, find out about that type of shit is, like, if you're really, like, lucky and something random happens in Undertale. That's what he's said. But, like, again, I know there's connection to Deltarune. Hey, $5? Hey, everything about WD Gaster before Deltarune buy it really doesn't have spoilers. Well, I've got every single bit of lore you might have missed in Undertale. So, if there's a Gaster section here, Phil Game, okay. You should do Weird Route first, then get into Gaster. Well, I feel like it can go both ways. You know, you didn't read my donation. Oh, I'm sorry, Dove, I didn't see. Oh, I'm really sorry. W Dove, by the way, some of the best music on the entirety of YouTube. Sorry, I didn't see that. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we can, if it's an Undertale specific video, okay. I can do, every single bit of lore. Yes, I'll pull that one up that you were talking about. So what about Telltale, The Walking Dead, or Wolf Among Us? I don't know. I've never really, like, played Telltale games before. So maybe I'd have to see. You're gonna watch the Phil Games video? Yes. I love your unique perspective that comes from not knowing Gaster and stuff. Well, the thing is, like, I think even if it's, like, really up in the air, like, it would be cool to, like, get context and that type of stuff. But, like, it doesn't... I don't really think that would, like, taint my perspective if it's so hidden, like, that type of shit, you know? Okay. Yeah, learn about Gaster and Undertale. Okay. I can... Yes, I can do that. The Walking Dead is peak for stream. Maybe. I'll see. Okay. Okay, so chat. Let me I have an idea what I can do with this new stream title. Let me cook for a second. I better not end stream. I better not end stream here. Hey, thank you for the 6.66 euro. Thank you, bro. It's on the verge of knowing. Thank you, man. Thank you. How do you edit streams? Don't end my stream, please. Okay, what I can do is, you know that one thing that's like Gaster we need to, or like Fortnite we need to talk? Gaster. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's that. Now, thumbnail. Let me cook this up quickly. By the way, sorry if I don't get to donations, by the way. I'm deep in my Photoshop right now. Okay, I better not get a spoiler by doing this. Okay, this is fine. Oh! Oh, wait. I've seen picture of this character before. Huh. Huh. Okay, very, very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna miss some of this thumbnail, chat. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm photoshopping as fast as I can. Shit. Talk amongst yourselves, everybody. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, what I can do, I can just do this. Actually, yeah, this will look fine. Okay. Okay. Alright. Let me do this quickly. This is fine. Alright. I think you can just edit thumbnails on stream. I think you can do that. Your favorite streamer, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, man, how do I edit this? Stream settings, here we go. Okay. Let me change this real quick. Wait, what? Why did this not save? Did I save this in the wrong place? Why the bloody hell are you doing that, mate? Oh, that's why. That's no biggie. I can just do this. Your favorite streamer, ladies and gentlemen. Gaster. Here it is. Okay. Alright. Gaster. Beak looks like an old grandpa trying to look for something. Alright, chat. W thumbnail. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is quite peak. Alright. Let me just close up everything here. Okay, well, there's nothing that like reveal. Okay, so chat, just to confirm. Just to confirm. We're gonna watch the video, every single bit of lore you might have missed in Undertale, by Phil Games. That is the right. That's the right one. Right? Before I get like, this is the secret boss in Deltarune Chapter 1. You know, like shit like that. I don't want to get that. I just want to avoid that happening. Let me just close that. We can save that. Next year not end stream because I'm an idiot. Okay. Truly is the pinnacle. Yes, okay. Let me set up everything here. Hey, thanks. Oh, thanks for the $5, bro. Spent his life playing Until Deltarune on the shadows of the cave wall. Can I get a true? Okay. I'm getting a Huggies advert. Let me just skip this ad. I'm not interested in Discovery Banking. Can this thing fuck off, please? Hey, thanks for the you said a Gaster line, and wait, what do you mean? I said a Gaster line? Okay, here we go. All right, chat. This is the right video, yeah? This is the right video. Bang. Oh, Cammy's gonna be so proud of me because I'm watching. He's gonna be so proud of me. Properties. Let me just make sure this is right. Okay. Okay. Hey, good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Don't you have an ad blocker? I'm on an incognito tab. So it won't. Yes, this one. Okay. Okay. Beak is Gaster. Let me turn off the music too. That'll be a good idea. Okay. All right. Why can I still hear the music? Oh, that's why. Okay. Let me start my recording. There we go. Okay. Put a 1. Yeah. Put a 1 in chat if you can hear this.
A ton of secrets, and it can be overwhelming to new fans to try and catch up with the rest of the fandom in terms of...
You can hear that, right? You can hear that. You can hear that. No way, bro is about to know. Yeah, apparently I am about to know. Apparently I am about to know. Beak is Toby Fox. Yes, exactly. Hey, you and Cammy are both in my top 3. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. You must let me know if it's too loud and like that type of stuff too. Let me not be an old man and watch your captions. All right, it's time to know, chat. Put a bro nose in chat if you can hear me, or not if you can hear me if I'm about to know. Yeah, put a 1 in chat. Okay. I'm gonna know a bit. Yeah. All right. It's a little bit quiet. Well, I'm not playing it. My volume in my OBS is all the way up. Okay. Hey, thanks for the $2 random, but it's cool you're a COD Zombie. Yeah, I've got a monkey bomb in my PC. I'm a massive COD Zombies fan. It's insane that in the new DLC coming out, it's like going back to the Revelations house. Like, what the fuck? It's so cool. All right. Let me know if it's too quiet, please, chat. It's time to cook.
Their knowledge of the game. So in this video, I'm going to be covering not all of Undertale's secrets, but all of the most important and most interesting ones that I could think of that
factual
any new
information
fan of Undertale will want to
we
know
begin the
before
ruins
checking
right
out
now.
fan works, modern theories, and most importantly, Undertale's sister game, Deltarune. And yes, longtime fans,
I might have to skip that. I might have to skip that.
Exist and always will for as long as Undertale itself exists. So for that reason, there will be no discussion of Deltarune's world, characters, or plot in this video. And if you comment any Deltarune spoilers without tagging it as such, your comment will be deleted, so don't do that. But as far as Undertale goes, we're going all in, from some scenes that are...
What is too quiet? The video or my mic? The videos? How would I turn it up then? Activate captions. I can't do that. How would I turn that up? The video. Okay. Good streamer, ladies and gentlemen. How do I turn the volume up? Video is too quiet. Now the problem is I'm a bit of an idiot, and the video is all the way up. Mic a bit quieter. I can put my mic a bit quieter. That's cool. There we go. Okay. That should be better. Let me know if that's better, chat. Let me know if that's better.
Are missable, but you could very well have seen in your playthroughs. 2 things that could only ever...
Okay, respectfully, I am going to skip the intro. Fallen human name. Okay.
We're starting super basic here by going through each of the 3 main routes and talking about anything important that you might possibly have missed. Which also means that you very well may have seen a lot of these, so feel free to skip through anything you already know. So let's start with the things you could find.
I can't move the subtitle. I don't know. Oh, you can move what? You can move subtitles on YouTube? What? I didn't know that. Okay, I'll put them there. Cool. Okay, there we go.
Any old neutral playthrough. Actually, there's something to talk about before the game even starts. When naming the fallen human, if you try to enter the names of several characters from the game, the usual "is this name correct" message will be replaced with the character commenting on your choice of name.
What? I didn't know that. Such a great Saturday. The Beak streaming in the background while my pawn got blown up in RimWorld. Yeah, I've tried to play RimWorld so many times, and yeah, I need to try to like get into it. Okay. You could, yeah, I might put it on, I might put it on 1.5. Let me do that. There we go, because it is quite long.
Some of them, like Sans, just won't let you use it. But by far the most important of these is the name Kara. Or some people pronounce it Kara or Chara, but it seems to just be short for character, so that's the pronunciation I'm going with. Never heard Chara.
Wait, the true name? Huh? What does that mean? The true name? Excuse me?
The new always #1 all-night protection.
Why am I getting pad? What the?
Anyway, typing this name.
Oh my god. That was what? Okay, I'm getting pad.
It gives you the message, the true name, indicating that Kara is the canonical name of the first fallen human. So that is how I'll be referring to that character.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Interesting.
Video. Because remember, you're not actually naming the character you play as here. That's Frisk. So what happens if you try to put in the name Frisk? Well, that gives you the ominous message, warning, this name will make your life hell. Proceed anyway.
What? Oh my god. What? This name will make your life hell. What is that? Can you get a I don't have an ad blocker on incognito. 1.25. Okay, I can do that. 1.25, there we go.
And then puts you into hard mode. In hard mode, all the monsters get replaced with harder versions of themselves. Frogget with...
Wait, what? I didn't know this was a thing? What? Wait, if you put your name as Frisk in Undertale, it puts it in hard mode. What the... Huh? I didn't know that. That's so cool. What?
Moldsmal becomes Moldessa, Vegetoid becomes Parsnick, and Mygosp becomes Mygospel. Also, if you've listened to the OST
interesting.
At all, What Are You Even Doing With Yourself, and wondered where the song Stronger Monsters plays, this is where. Also, you can't run from battles on the first turn, and Toriel gives you a snail pie instead of the much stronger butterscotch pie. But then after you fight her, the annoying dog comes in and says, that's the end of hard mode, and then we get a message saying to not expect hard mode to ever...
Wait, what?
Alright, back to a...
So it's like a demo, then. Interesting. So after that, does the rest of the game not say, I should maybe try that, maybe.
If you go back and sleep in your bed after the fight with Toriel, you have a dream about the moments before Kara's death, the same scene that we hear in the True Lab tapes.
What?
This could be someone's first hint that the game over dialogue is more diegetic than it seems at first, but most players wouldn't think to do this. Similarly, if you go back to the very first room in the game at this point, you'll find Toriel standing by the flower bed. All she'll say is, do not worry about me. Someone has to take...
This is where Toriel goes. Oh, I didn't... What? I remember I looked for her around her house. So this is where she goes. She goes to the beginning of... Interesting. She goes to where you fell.
Flowers. Moving on to Snowdin, there's actually a ton to talk about with, of all things, the ball game. If you tried this a few times, you may have noticed that you get a different colored flag and description of your performance depending on how well you do. But where this gets really interesting is if you manage to win in 6 seconds or less, which is really hard, but it gives you a red flag and this intriguing message. Bravery, justice, kindness.
Wait, what?
Integrity, perseverance.
Look at the colors of those names. That's like the flowers, isn't it? That's like the flowers from chapter 5. Bravery is rat. Justice is, well, yellow. Integrity is blue. Kindness is green. W green, hello green. Perseverance is Seth. And patience is aqua. That's so cool. That is... Holy, also chat, by the way, I've had this, like, thought. I don't know how true this is, though. You know, at the end of the Pacifist run, the final credit scene, it shows that, like, cool scene, right, with everyone, like, driving around, like, all that type of shit. I don't know if this is real, but every single time I think of that song in my head, I hear a Don't Forget motif. Is that true? Am I cooking with gas or is the kitchen on fire? Let me know.
Patience. Using these, you were able to win at ball game.
Ball
the colors
game.
of each of these
W
words
ball
correspond to each of the different colored flags you can get, which are also the 6 colors used for different unique gameplay elements, which are also the same colors
the souls,
as the 6 human souls.
And the flowers are the souls.
Also another interesting connection that we can make by looking at how the souls are used in the Flowey boss fight, dubbed either Photoshop Flowey or more commonly Omega Flowey by the fans, just so you know. That being that the weapons used in each of the soul phases are actually the same weapons you can find throughout the game.
Yes. And then in chapter 5, it's like, oh my god, what? You're attacking. And it's so cool how this is all like connected. It's so cool. It's so fucking sick. It's so cool.
And their corresponding armor all belong to one of the previous fallen humans.
Yes.
Putting all of this together, there's actually a decent amount we can learn about the 6 of them. So let's go over what we know about each of them real quick.
Okay.
Try Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yes, we know about Vicks Vapor Rub.
Light blue, patience. Ball is small. You waited still for this opportunity, then dethroned Ball with a sharp attack. Light blue attacks won't hurt you if you're standing still.
Yes,
this human carried the toy knife and wore the faded ribbon that we find on the floor in the ruin.
Oh wait, the human carried the toy knife. Is just I'm going bold. Yeah, I know. The toy knife is Aqua, isn't it? Yeah.
Purple, perseverance.
Yes.
Even when you felt trapped, you took notes and achieved the end of Ball. Muffet traps you in a strange purple web, forcing you to stay in the lines. This human carried the torn notebook and wore the cloudy glasses that we can buy from Gerson in Waterfall. Don't pay attention to the fact that you can buy infinite of them. Green, kindness. Your concern and care for Ball led to a delicious victory.
W green.
Turned your soul green, giving you a shield. This human carried the burnt pan and wore the stained apron that we find on the floor in Hotland. Blue, integrity. Hopping into
That's such an interesting connection though, isn't it? Because like with the apron in Hotland and green wears an apron. Oh my god. That is so cool.
Original style.
Holy shit.
It's Papyrus's blue attack, which makes you have to hop around. This human wore the dusty tutu and ballet shoes we find on the floor in Waterfall. Interestingly, if you edit the code to place an echo flower in the room where you find the ballet shoes, there's this dialogue suggesting that this is actually where this human died, which is fun. Yellow, justice.
Interesting.
Your surefire accuracy put an end to the mayhem of Ball.
W Yowie. Can we get a W Yowie in chat, please? W Yowie.
The empty gun and cowboy hat that we can buy from Bratty and Caddy, which they say they got from the garbage dump in Waterfall. Also, once you call this soul for help during Flowey's boss fight,
and then there's like the gun
for some reason. Go play Undertale Yellow, it's really good. Orange, bravery.
It's so cool.
You are the kind of person who rushes first through all obstacles. Orange attacks won't hurt you if you're moving. This human wore the manly bandana that you can buy from the shop in Snowdin, and the tough glove that you can find in the dimensional box and also in the shop in Snowdin. You can once again buy infinite of them, don't worry about it. Finally, there is also a different line if you get the red flag more than once. Try as you might, you continue to be yourself. This obviously corresponds to your soul being red,
and that is
but
like your soul,
the fact that the final armor set, the worn dagger and heart locket, or the real knife and the locket in Genocide, clearly belonged to Kara. This has led many fans to assume that Kara's soul was red as well. Many fans have also assigned the trait of determination to the red soul specifically, but that is a thing that all human souls are said to have. But then again, you could argue that all human souls have some amount of all of these 6 other traits in them too, so I don't know. It's pretty widely accepted.
Chat, with this idea of determination, right, do you think it will show up somehow in Deltarune? Like someone, like, you know how in the Genocide run, when Undyne, like you attack Undyne and then she like dissolves but then like clings on, like that type of thing? Do you think something like that will happen in Deltarune? Do you think? Do you think something like that will? Imagine it happens to the knight. Oh, imagine you strike down the knight, but then it holds on because it's determined. Oh my god. Wait, already? Some people are saying it already has. When has it already happened? In Susie, I mean, that could be cool. That could work. That would be so cool though. Like you strike down the knight and then, oh my, like, let me cook for a second, chat. So whatever the knight is trying to do, right? Whatever the knight is trying to do, imagine the knight, like, because what actually is determination, right? Like, if you see determination as this, like, you're so dead set on accomplishing what you want to do, that doesn't apply like anybody. You're a bad guy, you can't have that. If the person is like individually set on being determined about a specific thing, determination can affect anybody, right? What if the knight is so determined to achieve their goals, whoever it is, Carol, Des, my chair, Papyrus, Who knows? Imagine there's a moment where like you strike down the knight, but then the knight's like, what happens when you shoot him out with your last bullet? But he stands there, unfazed. Imagine.
There aren't any red attacks in the game, though, unless you count Asgore's trident when he breaks the mercy button, which I have heard as a theory. But that's not all we learn about souls in Snowdin, because the books in the library actually have some very important information for understanding this game's lore. Monster bodies are mostly made of magic, which means their bodies are more attuned to their souls than humans are.
I can skip this. I read this part in my run. What is this? Temi Village and Temi Armor.
The prominent secret here is Temi Village, which if you didn't find, you probably at least read the name on a sign.
Oh my god, finding Temi Village took me so long. Holy shit. It took me so fucking long.
Light up mushroom room. Its inhabitants are all this goofy monster named Temi.
I don't even remember like
at least one of on your plate.
What is the way to even get to Temi Village? Like you have to light up everything, then you go back and down, isn't it?
Playthrough, and is based on the game's primary artist, Temi Chang. They do weird things like wait for a hard-boiled egg to hatch and stare at you from a crack in the wall. There's also the Tem Shop, the only place where you can sell items and where you can get the best armor in the game. If you pay 1,000 gold for
I was too broke.
With the ability to make Temi armor, which costs 9,999
What the
gold.
fuck?
Unless you've died a lot, which Temi somehow knows, and will lower the price down to 750 gold, depending on how many times you've died. The armor gives you 20 defense, 10 attack, more invincibility frames after being hit, and heals 1 HP every other turn. So
Temi armor is just insane. It's just like, it's just insane. It's ridiculous.
If you want battles to be really easy and are willing to grind for gold, this is the way to go. You can't get it in Genocide, though.
Skin feeling dried out. Feel skin.
Well, I'm not interested in your fucking moisturizer. I'm trying to watch facts about Undertale here.
There are several rooms throughout the game where if you backtrack a little before actually leaving the room, you'll briefly see Flowey stalking you. The most interesting of which are Waterfall. In this room with the Echo Flowers,
really?
You talk to the Echo Flower that he was next to, you'll actually hear Flowey taunting you with memories of Toriel, with what he says changing slightly depending on whether you scared or killed her. Unless you're doing Genocide, in which case it says nothing like all the rest. There's also a cut room in Waterfall where an NPC hidden in tall grass would ask you to do something about your friend with the creepy smile, and then when you talk to them again, they wonder where your friend went. So it's probably Flowey, but that's not totally confirmed, and it was cut anyway, so whatever. Now on to Hotland, except the first thing I want to bring up will actually bring us right back to Waterfall.
These two characters are in Undertale. Well, I never ran into these two. Well, that's the back alley crack fiend, and that's the influencer cat person. They're in Undertale. What?
Anyway,
where?
You may have noticed this.
Where are these two? Bro doesn't have YouTube Premium. I'm on an incognito tab, and it's showing me how horrible YouTube is without YouTube Premium. It's awful.
Key that Bratty and Caddy are selling, wondered what it went to, noticed you didn't have enough money.
I had no idea these two characters were in Undertale. What?
And then promptly forgot about it.
Oh, and it's so interesting too. It's so interesting how it looks like they're in a back alley here. Isn't it? Isn't it? It looks like they're in a back... I missed the whole last shop. Well, yeah, I mean, if I found it, I would have put it in my videos, but in all three of them, I didn't know this existed. What the fuck? What the fuck? What?
Well, many players at first think of the mysterious door in Snowdin and try the key there, which the game teases you for. Don't worry.
I wonder what's in here. I wonder, I wonder, I've always wondered
We'll
what's
get back
in
to
here.
that door in a bit. Where it actually goes is the house next to Napstablook's, inside which are diaries that belong to Napstablook's cousin. Another ghost who we learned was not planning on trying to find a body to
That's how you get in here?
Alfie's, who offered to create for them the kind of body they thought they could only dream of. And that's how Mettaton
This is my
how
mind
was able to
is
trick Asgore
blown.
That she had
Oh
made a
my
robot
god.
with an artificial soul, which is what got her the job as the royal scientist, when in reality it was just a ghost fused with a robot body. Or maybe not actually fused yet, just possessing a robot body. It's not completely clear whether or not Mettaton is completely fused yet. Probably not, since he like switches bodies and everything. Hey, did you know that Undertale has a secret boss? Well, in the MTT Resort, you can find a secret sign promoting an art club on the second floor of Hotland, located in a similar...
Oh, I know about this. I know about this. This is this person's like OC in Hotland, isn't it? I saw a short about this. I do know about this.
Sure enough, just to the north of the room where you find...
But it's like on a specific day, too, that you have to do.
Apron, there's an invisible path that leads you up to a small room with a sign saying that Art Club meets on October 10th at 8 p.m.
Yes, I do know about this.
If that is the exact date and time on your computer or console's clock, the one and only Art Club member will rush in and accidentally start a battle with you. This is So Sorry, and he's one of the few characters in this game created by high-paying Kickstarter backers. The others are Muffet and another secret enemy called Glide, who you can encounter by walking around the room in Snowden with a mysterious door for several minutes.
I don't know, what?
This fight with So Sorry is actually where the song Wrong Enemy plays, which you might have been wondering what the deal with that song was if you've listened to the OST. And while we're on the subject, there are a few more songs in the OST that you either probably or definitely didn't hear in the game. Ooh So Temperate...
Beck is beginning to know and it scares me. It scares me too.
So Holiday and So Heats play in the settings menu, with the one that plays depending on what season it is IRL. Good Night played at the end of the demo and nowhere in the full game, but it is a fitting way to end the OST. Song that might play when you fight Sans doesn't play anywhere and has no reason to exist, except probably to troll the player into thinking that there might be a way to fight Sans outside of the genocide route. But since this song is the only real battle version of Sans' actual theme, this has led some people to think that the song that actually plays when you fight Sans, Megalovania, is actually supposed to be the player's theme. Most people still associate Megalovania.
That's very interesting. The OC's owner apparently sucks as a person. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Oh, that's shitty though. Damn, that sucks. As for Megalovania being the character's theme, that's pretty interesting to think about, isn't it? That's pretty interesting to think about, I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Huh? Do you think Megalovania is the character's theme? Also, I don't know why people are saying very, very interesting in chat. I don't know what this means. Huh? Like
with Sans.
I don't know what this
means.
Speaking
of Megalovania, did you know that it has a sequel? It's called Megalo Strike Back. Yes, strike, not strikes. And it's pretty catchy. Take a listen.
Oh, this is where this is from? Interesting.
I only bring this up because, well, it was
the song goes ridiculously hard, by the way. Oh my god.
It has never been officially associated with Undertale in any official capacity. A lot of fans headcanon it as Kara's theme, probably just because they're the only semi-main character without one, so you might hear
that song goes crazy.
Okay, soundtrack tangent aside, let's get back to the actual game and finish up the neutral route with a few things in
the coffins.
I think most players see this, but just in case, to the right of the entrance to the throne room, there's some stairs leading down to a basement with a bunch of coffins,
the coffins.
One of which is empty and has your name on it. Or rather, Kara's name. If you check this coffin after fighting Azrael, you notice some loose mummy wrappings
Huh? What?
inside, indicating that there had once been a body inside, but that it had since been removed.
But the coffins are open! The ghouls and the demons have been unleashed into the underground. What?
During your fight with Asgore, if you
we can't just gloss over that. What the fuck? What?
Talk to him in battle after you've already died to him. You'll tell him how many times he's killed you. The only reason I bring this up is because he isn't shocked by this. Which
like the he nods sadly thing. Which was always like, damn, that goes crazy hard.
That he has some awareness of saves and resets. I personally think it's more likely that he's just seen something similar in the other 6 humans and started to suspect something. But that does beg the question of how he was able to kill them at all if they had control over the timeline. So maybe they couldn't save and reset, which would make Asgore's reaction here very strange. Actually, wait, Toriel...
That is very interesting when you think about it, because, thing is, there's like certain characters in these worlds, right, that appear to know more than like the average person, right? So like Rolsey knows about the prophecy and he seems aware of like the game mechanics, and Flowery too. Then Flowery told Susie and like that type of stuff. Maybe like Asgore is something similar to, huh? Like maybe that was like foreshadowing in Undertale. Maybe. I don't know.
It says she gets deja vu from all of the humans who have fallen down here, which seems to suggest that they do have control over the timeline, so then how did he kill them? I've always thought that trapping the souls in these containers must stop them from completely dying so they can't reload their save. But then in that case, why does it...
Do you know something that always irritated me about this framing,
the souls in these
by the way?
Must stop them.
I really dislike the fact that there's 4 on the left and 3 on the right. it irritates. It should be in the middle, in my opinion. It should be in the middle, in my opinion. I like that's something that he also destroys the mercy button. Yes, that is true. Yes, he does do that. Maybe the other kids just grew less determined the more they die. Maybe. And it might be a thing because, like, the way I've been looking at everything is that, like, we, the player, from like a meta-narrative point of view, we are the soul. Or we have a connection to the soul. So maybe the only reason why Frisk didn't give up and lose determination was because we, the player, were a force beyond that. Maybe.
From completely dying so they can't reload their save? But then in that case, why doesn't he do that to our soul when he kills us? Why can we reload our save? I honestly don't know what to make of this, but
because I think it's a meta-narrative thing. Where the only reason why we're able to do that is because we are, as players, are like this figure beyond. Because if we look at it like the characters are aware that they're kind of in a different world and there's other things going on, like that type of stuff. We, as meta players, from a narrative perspective, we're beyond that. You know, so because of that, we are characters, let's say characters to use to explain our controlling of the game. We are characters that operate beyond the rules of the world. And because of that, we're able to enact in ways that are different to what should be going on. Maybe. I don't know. That's a bit of a crazy theory. What do you guys think? Am I cooking or is the house exploding?
The fact that this is here at all is a cool detail either way. Finally, you probably know that if you refuse to kill Flowey after fighting him, after you get the neutral ending phone call, he'll show up and give you a hint on how to get a better ending.
Yes,
but if you get to this point on repeated neutral playthroughs, or you just reload your save and fight Asgore again, well, first of all, Flowey doesn't even fight you anymore because he already knows you'll win. But then he has some pretty interesting new dialogue after the phone call. The first time you do this, he says, "So you're here again. What's wrong with you? Are you trying to start the Flowey fan club? Because if you want to join..."
I'm trying to start the Flowery fan club. I love Yowie. W. Yowie. I love that drawing of him. I love Girona. Here I come, San Francisco.
You'll have to talk to Papyrus. Yeah, he started one.
You mean someone who might be the Roaring Knight?
I won't lie.
Huh?
He's one of the better kids.
What if Papyrus is in the shelter? Oh my god. Oh my god. What if Papyrus is in the shelter? I'll be back now, chat. I'm going to let you ponder that. I will return momentarily. Ponder my theories, everybody. Ponder my theories. Papyrus is in the shelter, and Chris is Asgore. I'm telling you. Hey, thanks for the donate. Wait. Big, was that a big knowing you just went? I don't know, but what I do know is that Papyrus is in the shelter, that Chris is Asgore, and my chair is the Roaring Knight. That's what I know. That's what I know. I've returned. Also, I just got myself a drink. Yes, I have returned. Your son has returned. I better not click stop streaming there. That would be bad. Okay. Hello. Hello. Guys, what if Sans is Ness? Huh? You think about that? You think about that? What if Sans... Also, chat, I did see some news about this before we continue with this video, right? Very good video, by the way. I saw that they added a scene with Pink in chapter 5. What's that about? Huh? Well, let me know what that's about. Well, I'll just send a WhatsApp here. Dude, the fucking I'm just looking at the thumbnail of this stream. Gaster, we need to talk. Alright, let's continue.
Just to mess around with. Took me a long time to get bored of that one. Yeah. Talk to him about it. The second time. So, did you start the Flowey fan club? Ha, I'm just kidding. I was watching. I know you didn't. But I don't care. Really. He probably would have invited his garbage brother.
Don't say that about Sans. What the fuck? That's so fucked up.
Trash bag. Say, if I have one piece of advice for you, don't
the one piece?
Let his brother find out anything about you.
Interesting.
Well, let's just say, he's caused me more than my fair share of resets. Stay away from that guy.
Yeah, well, Sans did keep me awake until 5 in the morning. Well, that's the thing too, right? Something I've also seen, just accidentally. There's been lots of talk about Sans being a character from Deltarune, vice versa. And people have been saying that you can find this, like, photo of, like, 3 characters, in, like, a place in Undertale somewhere, and then that might be the drawing or the photo that Sans, took of you 3 during the festival. Huh? Like what? Huh? I don't know anything about that. Yeah, Flowery did have a bad time. Yeah, no, he did. Hey, thank you for the 250 DOP. I don't know where DOP is from, but thank you. If device_fraud catches you with the egg, Tron's kitty doll will look scared at the wound and tell you to hide from the pack of fraud. I don't know. You're speaking in hieroglyphics. I don't know what that means, but thanks for the donation.
The third time.
Discover a cleansing
This is the flower we talking about Garnier.
Why do you keep coming back here? You don't really want to be friends, do you? No, I get it. You're just like
I want to be friends. Don't worry.
You don't care about anyone. You're just bored. You just want to see what I'll say. So you can laugh and throw me away like a broken toy. Well, too bad. I'm not like everybody else. So from now on, you're not getting anything. Then every time after that...
By the way, chat. By the way, this is something I thought about in my chapter 5 video. Is Flowery a bad guy? What do you guys think? Because, like, with Azriel and Flowery, like, kind of being the same person, kind of, I think Flowery / Azriel is a character that got redeemed. You know, what do you guys think? I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. Lots of no's. Okay. Anti-hero. No, he's your dad's best friend. Yeah, no, he is. Neutral at worst. I think what I think. I think Flowery is a bad guy who gets redeemed. Please put this towards YouTube Premium. Hey, it's going to the Deltarune bootleg merch fund, actually. But I'm watching on incognito. Trust me, it's reminding me of how terrible like YouTube without Premium is. Papyrus. No, my chair's the roaring knight. That's what's going on. Flowery has no soul. Not sure you can say he was redeemed, but he was stuck. Yes, like the thing is, he gets stuck in that loop, and he gets really bored. Isn't it? Like that's the thing, isn't it? Make the chat visible on stream. If I'm I can, but I don't really like doing that when I make things. Okay, yeah, you know, I can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
Don't you have anything better to do? And so ends the neutral route. But there's one more thing I want to mention real quick that can happen on any playthrough, which will transition us nicely into the pacifist ending stuff. Throughout the game, if you either reload a save or reset after reaching certain points, some characters will get a strange feeling that they've met you before. Like Toriel.
Yes, I had this with Toriel, and this like this blew my mind when this happened first time around.
Or Papyrus. You know what? I'm just gonna read this dialogue because it's so good. Really though, that human. Do I know that person? Do you not know who you know?
You could say that bro doesn't know.
Of course I know who I know. I wanted to know if you know. I know who I know as much as I know who I know. You know? But by far the most important of these is Sans.
I think for the sake of the video, I'm going to take chat off. If I turn it, I don't want to turn my camera off. I just like turning it into a video. I'll turn chat off. Bro doesn't know exactly. Papyrus is Beak theory. Wait, maybe let me make chat smaller. Actually, that works. Let me do this. I'll put you guys over there. There we go. Maybe a little bit bigger. There we go.
That's that many fans have come to think that he actually remembers all of them, like Flowey does. I don't think this is the case, but I can see why people think it at first. Well, the most obvious example of this is during the Genocide route. A very easily missable one can happen when you meet him in the Last Corridor, or Judgment Hall as some fans call it, in the Pacifist route too. After listening to Sans' Judgment with no EXP earned, if you reload your save and listen to him again, he'll notice that you look like you've heard his whole spiel before and tell you a secret code word that he only
That's so
tells people he suspects to be time travelers. Then if you reload again, you'll tell him the code word, after which he'll tell you another code word, and then if you reload and talk to him again, finally he'll say that it's time you learned the truth, and the key to his room appears on your keychain.
What? What?
When you go into his room, it's not on fire like how it looks from the outside, but
what?
Pitch black. You walk in, but no matter how far you go, there's nothing. If you try to go back, the entrance seems to have disappeared. After a while, you hear a strange wind-like sound getting louder and louder, and then...
Oh, okay. You're just on a fucking treadmill.
Hey, Sans, have you seen my... Oh, hello. You aren't Sans. Wait a second. Why were you using a treadmill in the dark?
That's a very, very good question.
Is Sans pranking you across time and space? I hate it when he does that. When you check the treadmill, you'll find a note on it that says, "The truth is that you got owned, nerd." So, it was all just a big prank. Or was it? If you look in the drawer, you'll find another key. Then if you go behind Sans and Papyrus's house...
What the fuck?
You'll now be able to enter this room.
What is
Checking
this?
the drawers, you'll find a photo...
Wait, this is the photo thing, isn't it? I've seen photos of this.
With pictures of Sans and a lot of people you don't recognize, and some kind of badge. The blueprints on the counter are covered in either strange symbols or just really bad handwriting, but they seem to go...
This is the thing! This is what people are saying about how there's the photo, and it's meant to be a, that might be the Deltarune thing from when Sans like draws or takes a photo of you guys at the festival. That might be the thing, isn't it? And if that's the case, the question is if Sans is this character who can like transcend the void, apparently, like he operates in a realm beyond our comprehension, why, if it's the same version of Sans, if it's a universal constant, what caused him to dip from Deltarune to Undertale? Huh? Isn't it?
To the strange machine behind the curtain, which is broken. The song playing here is a slowed version of the song that played during your little talk with Sans at the MTT Resort, a melancholy remix of Sans' theme with a new B section called It's Raining Somewhere Else, which is probably the most cryptic and unexplainable song title on the entire OST. Most people guess that the somewhere else is just referring to wherever Sans was originally from, which is likely not anywhere we see in the game because of lines like the Snowden shopkeeper saying that the skeletons kind of just showed up one day without explanation, Sans mentioning during his fight that there's somewhere he was trying to go back to that isn't.
Go back to? It doesn't really
Service,
appeal anymore.
and even an interesting bit from a fan interview.
What if Undertale is in the shelter? It's raining? Yeah, you could say there's a risk of rain here. The place where it rained, I was thinking that. Yeah. Yes, there is that thing. It plays at the end. Well, when you're walking, it plays that.
Interview with Papyrus in a
Hey, thanks for the $5. Hope you do this again after you play all of Deltarune way more. Yes, I will.
an Undertale newsletter where someone asked what his life was like before.
Yes, there is a song called A Place Where It Rained. That is true,
Snowden.
yes.
But all Papyrus mentions is green grass before Sans comes in and distracts him, then ends the question without comment.
Okay.
A lot of people assumed he might have been from another world or dimension or something entirely, since we do know that those exist. If you call Papyrus while in their house, he even describes Sans' room as being like another world. But as for
Sans is Lancer theory. You know, I thought that when I first played Chapter 1. I was like, wait, huh?
for why it's important that it's raining wherever he came from, the game gives us nothing. I mean, there is one place in the game where it rains in Waterfall, which you get a trophy/achievement for reaching in both the PS4 and Xbox versions for some reason, but that area doesn't seem to have anything to do with Sans. And besides the soundtrack, the other stuff in this room is just as strange. Predictions were...
Again, like, this is the thing. When it comes to, like, breakdowns of characters, I'd love to do a video about Sans. Oh my god. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? I'd love to do that.
all over the place with the photo album. No one had any clue what the deal with the badge could possibly be. And the best guess for the machine is that it would help him get back to his old home. There's
What if it's the ice cream stand?
also this now deleted tweet from Toby saying, "You've all seen the happiest outcome. Neither of them could fix the machine, no matter how hard they tried."
Well, I mean, thank you, Yves Saint Laurent. Thank you.
No one can. The blueprints having bad handwriting could possibly point to them being written by Alphys, who is said elsewhere to have bad handwriting, so the neither of them in the tweet could be referring to Sans and Alphys. There are actually a few other hints.
I don't think it's a time travel machine, but But then the question is, how would Papyrus be there too? Because, like, Papyrus isn't like a... If this is like time travel, right? If this is time travel, and Sans is capable of doing that, because Sans can apparently just like warp around and that type of shit. Why would it be a... I don't... It's so interesting to think about.
Suggesting that Sans and Alphys have helped each other out with things in the past. The most well...
Because the thing is, too, right? Thinking about it now, Sans is by... In Deltarune, he stands by... What is the name of the place where he likes to go to? And he's scratched out... Grillby's. It's the Grillby's building that he's standing by, but he's scratched out his... The name is scratched out to Sans. So unless it's like he went to Deltarune... He originally was from Undertale. He went to Deltarune. Then something happened in Deltarune that he went back. And like maybe reset Sans is bi. I think it's about the how important can a grill be to Sans? Apparently very important.
Known one is some dialogue that you can get in the True Pacifist ending, where Alphys accidentally lets slip a comment that makes it seem like she knows Sans pretty well, which surprises even Papyrus. And then Alphys gets all nervous before Sans just brushes it off. Another one is if you call Papyrus twice in Alphys' lab before you hang out with Undyne and she joins him. He comments on the bag of dog food, saying that he thinks he remembers seeing it in Sans' room once, hinting that Sans might sometimes help Alphys take care of the amalgamates. So maybe it's a you help me with my thing, I'll help you with your thing sort of deal, but how that started is anyone's guess. I mean, Alphys is one of the ones who tells us that alternate universes exist, so if Sans really is from one of them, then maybe he's the reason that she knows this in the first place.
This is very... Sans is Asgore theory. Yes, can we please get a W in the chat for Sans is Asgore theory? But the thing is, it's so interesting to think about, isn't it? Because, like, scratching off a name of something, right? That's not something you do with, like, a new sign. That's when you take something off. So that implies that Sans went from Undertale to Deltarune, but then why would there be the picture there? You know? Why would the picture exist between the two of them? Because the picture, it seems like that is from the festival in Deltarune. So... It's so odd to think about. Isn't it? It's interesting, isn't it?
Speaking of Alphys and her experiments, did you notice that there was no entry number 17 in the True Lab? Well, there actually did used to be one in the game's code, though it has since been removed entirely. It just says that monsters' bodies melt when they have too much determination, and so all of the monsters that she was experimenting on melted together. So it makes sense why it was cut, because we learn all of this elsewhere, so it would just be redundant, but it is kind of weird that Toby didn't just adjust the numbers of the entries after it. Sticking with the True Lab,
what if there's an entrance of, what if there's entry 6-7? Giggle! Giggle! Giggle behind your screen! Giggle! 6-7!
This guy in the Reaper Bird Amalgamates Attacks actually has a name. It's called Everyman. Some people think that these plushes in Toriel's house resemble him. I don't think he's important, but I have seen him pop up in theories every now and then, so I figured I'd mention him. But we can't leave the True Lab just yet, because the elevators still need to be turned. I don't know, transitions are hard. But this thing that you use to restore power is kind of weird, right? Its bizarre appearance has led some people to think that this heart in the middle might actually be a real human soul, possibly even Kara's. That would have some interesting lore implications, but like, why else would Toby design this seemingly unimportant thing so strangely? Again, I have no conclusions about that, I just thought it was worth bringing up. Okay, now we're out of there and on to more lighthearted things. Remember Gerson, the old turtle who tells us about the prophecy of the Deltarune and then in the genocide route knows that you can't kill him because he's a shopkeeper?
What if...
Oh, by the way, did you know that Deltarune is an anagram of Undertale? Well, after the berry...
What if... Sans is tung 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 sahur? What? Hello, Gerson. Again, why is the Deltarune symbol in the background?
Open, he tells us even more cool lore. Well, he first tells us the story of why he called Asgore King Fluffy Buns, but that's not important. But what he tells us about Asgore that is important is a little more of what it means for him to be a boss monster, those few monsters whose souls are strong enough to persist for a few seconds after their death, the only ones we know of in this game being Asgore and Toriel, and probably Asriel too. But the new information that Gerson gives us is that the soul power of boss monsters actually flows into their children, meaning that the parents' continued aging is now tied to their child growing up. Which is a complicated way of saying that when Asriel died...
Stream isn't lagging, by the way. Is stream lagging? Just real quick. Because I've got some drop frames on my side. Let me put it in chat quickly. Is stream lagging, by the way? Just because it's getting evil on my side. I think me saying Sans is tung 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 sahur broke my stream. Okay, it looks like it's back. Okay. Let me give it like 2 minutes. Because I think saying Sans is tung 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 sahur broke my stream on my end. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Oh my god, there's like one. Why are 1,000 people watching me talking about if Sans is tung 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 sahur? What the fuck? Okay, let's continue.
Asgore and Toriel stopped aging, which is how they were alive when the human-monster war happened, but still don't look that far past their prime now. Gerson also tells us about his history with Undyne. Back in the day, he used to be a hero nicknamed the Hammer of Justice, and seemed to be a huge inspiration for Undyne when she was younger. The very familiar.
I actually forgot about all of this. I forgot about all of this. I forgot about all of this. Are you recording? Yes, I am. Yeah. I forgot about all of this. I forgot about all of this. Yes, because the thing is, in my video, I was like, what is their connection? Undyne
the way he talks about
would follow me around to what?
He
yes.
very well could have been the previous head of the Royal Guard. And if the OST is to be believed, then Undyne gave herself the nickname Spear of Justice as a derivative of Gerson. So that checks out.
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
That was all we knew about this intriguing minor character until actually very recently during the Undertale 10th anniversary livestream, where Toby and some guys from Fangamer played through the entire True Pacifist route of Undertale, but with some unexpected.
By the way, this is a question. By the way, what was I gonna say? People who have got shit off of Fangamer, right? Does it take a while to ship? Does it take a while to ship? Because I want to get like proper merch, but I just want to know about that.
New additions. Most things were jokes, some nice fluff, or a little extra world building, but towards the very end, there was also some new Gerson lore. During the True Pacifist ending backtrack, they went to this new area of the ruins, where they found Gerson standing in front of an old bookshelf. This is what he had to say.
Hey there,
interesting.
I'm gonna take one last gander at this place.
And don't you think this is also, now this might be another Beak is burning down the kitchen theory. In Chapter 5, during the spooky, scary Halloween thing in the church, does this not look similar to, like, that and also the lighting in Gerson's office? Don't you think? Don't you think? Oh, that's so cool. That's so
There were some old books I forgot. You know, it wasn't all written down quite right. Our history. The pages changed, things got sanded down, and important things were forgotten. Maybe on purpose. I never hated humans. Some of my best war buddies were humans. Of course, all of them are gone now, long gone. When they sealed us away, I didn't resist much. The other side sacrificed a lot to get us down here. Rumor has it even used up all their magic. Not sure though, I wasn't there. Humans and—
How does Gerson laugh? He goes, he goes,
monsters weren't always enemies. No one really wanted to fight in that war.
and
The sides weren't really all that clear-cut. When the barrier was made, old friendships were broken, old business partners lost. Even some married couples were. I even knew one of the people doing the sealing. Seeing them in that beautiful magician outfit for the first time. For the last time, and at such a moment. It felt strange, I tell you. But now, we're going back. Even if humans accept us, you can't say everything will go smoothly. Asgore probably didn't believe that either. Until he met you. Good job, Sprout.
Interesting. 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 Undertale was a allegory for the Berlin Wall theory. It's just like the thing that's so insane is they're like, oh, I'm still like learning shit about Undertale, and I felt like I played it all right, and it's just like, wow.
So that was a lot. But we're not even done with the True Pacifist ending backtrack lore yet, because if you go back to the very first room in the game, you'll find Azrael still holding on to this form for a little while.
Huh?
Longer.
Huh?
Don't worry about me. Someone has to take care of these flowers.
Huh? What?
Frisk, please leave me alone.
Huh?
I can't come back. I just can't, okay?
What?
I don't want to break their hearts all over again. It's better if they never see me. Why are you still here? Are
Are you trying to keep me company? Frisk. Hey, let me ask you a question. Frisk, why did you come here? Everyone knows the legend, right? Travelers who climb Mount Ebbet are said to disappear.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Frisk, why would you ever climb a mountain like that? Was it foolishness? Was it fate? Or was it because you... Well, only you know the answer, don't you? I know why Kara climbed the mountain. It wasn't for a very happy reason. Frisk, I'll be honest with you. Kara hated humanity. Why they did, they never talked about it. But they felt very strongly about that. Frisk,
what?
You really are different from Kara. In fact, though you have similar, fashion choices, I don't know why I ever acted like you were the same person. Maybe the truth is, Kara wasn't really the greatest person.
Holy shit. Holy fuck. How much shit did I miss in Undertale? You're telling me this is... What the fuck? Oh my god.
You're the type of friend I wish I always had. So maybe I was kind of projecting a little bit. Let's be honest, I did some weird stuff as a flower. There's one last thing I feel like I should tell you. Frisk, when Kara and I combined our souls together, the control over our body was actually split between us. They were the one that picked up their own empty body. And then when we got to the village, they were the one that wanted to use our full power. I was the one that resisted.
Wait. Is this not very similar to Chris and me? Kind of. I know, like, Chris takes the soul out and that type of stuff. But, holy fuck, wait a minute. And, like, Chris kind of is dressed like Kara. Is this a thing? You people are the Deltarune and Undertale experts. Is that a thing? Is it meant to be? Is it kind of like that? Is it? You are the chair. Yes, yes, I am. Yes, chair real nice. W chair. But is it? Is it kind of? Chris is dressed like but Azrael and Shara at the same time. Is it kind of because it is like when it's like the Mew Mew ghost thing, you know, where like the ghost is kind of like the soul, and then when the ghost goes out, the anime figurine, Azrael's Funko Pop, it operates by itself like how I do it, and it's like all that type of shit. And then this was back here, which is like, okay, it's holy shit.
And then because of me, well, that's why I ended up a flower. Frisk, this whole time, I've blamed myself for that decision. That's why I adopted that horrible view of the world. Kill or be killed. But now, after meeting you, Frisk, I don't regret that decision anymore. I did the right thing. If I killed those humans, we would have had to wage war against all of humanity.
Holy
and
shit.
in the end, everyone went free, right? I still feel kind of sad knowing how long it took. So maybe it wasn't a perfect decision. But you can't regret hard choices your whole life, right? Well, not that I have much of a life left. But that's besides the point. Frisk, thank you for listening to me. You should really go be with your friends now, okay? Oh, and please, in the future, if you, see me, don't think of it as me, okay? I just want you to remember me like this.
Holy shit, my mind is blown. Oh my god. Holy shit, my mind is blown. Toby Fox, you're doing your Toby Fox thing again. You're blowing my mind. Oh my god. Holy shit, that is so insane.
For a little while. Oh, and Frisk. Be careful in the outside world, okay? Despite what everyone thinks, it's not as nice as it is here. There are a lot of Flowey's out there. And not everything can be resolved by just being nice. Frisk?
Yes.
Don't kill, and don't be killed, alright? That's the best you can strive for. Well, see.
In a world full of Flowey's, be a flowery. Gerona.
You. Frisk, don't you have anything better to do?
So
my head, the demon, the ghoul. My headcanon is that after Asriel and Frisk had that conversation, it was like, alright, cheers, man. Just tapped it. Cheers, goodbye. Korra jump scare.
Let's talk about Kara, because I have seen many different interpretations of what they were like before their death over the years based on Asriel's description of them, ranging from they're a complete psychopath and poisoned Asgore with the buttercups on purpose just for fun, all the way to they're a completely innocent victim of circumstance whose actions were all justifiable and Asriel was actually totally okay with their plan to destroy the barrier until he actually saw Kara dying and there was no manipulation happening there at all. I personally think that the situation was much more nuanced than either of these extremes, as these things usually are in real life, and a lot of my view is already explained very well in the video all about Kara, the hidden protagonist of Undertale by Shrub Sparrow, which I'll link in the description. But
what if Korra is an example of corrupted determination? A corrupted soul, even. What? Huh? What?
I do still want to touch on it here since that video has some Deltarune spoilers. The fact that Asriel specifically says that Kara hated humanity makes me think that they actually did love the monsters, probably because the monsters were, at least in Kara's view, the first people to ever actually be kind to them. But their mistreatment by the humans.
Well, again, it goes to that, like, it goes to the idea of like what determination actually is. That's what I think. Because again, it's like determination isn't this factor of like good versus evil. I don't think, you know. I feel like determination is solely and wholly individualistic. So if you're determined enough to accomplish your goals, whatever those goals may be, either on the forces of happiness and light or the forces of evil and darkness, regardless, determination is neutral. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. If you're determined enough, like determination will just like do determination type shit, you know. It's so interesting to think about. It's so interesting. Holy shit! It's so interesting.
Damaged, which is why they laughed off Asgore getting sick as some sort of coping mechanism.
Which is why Kara would have determination, and I would have determination too. And maybe that's why Frisk and Kara look similar. Maybe. Because what if they are, to use the buzzwords again, two sides of the same coin. The determination coin. It depends on what you do with it. And because of that, the people who've got the most determination, apparently, because Kara and Frisk, okay, if I said Chris earlier, I meant Frisk. And Frisk, they have the power of determination, and in the genocide run, Frisk is able to overpower everybody. It's how you use determination. And also, isn't it kind of interesting how Frisk and Chris sound so similar? Don't you think? I've always thought that Chris and Frisk sound similar. Hang on, let me look at something quickly. I've had a brainwave. I rarely get these. Okay, no, I'm not. But Frisk sounds so similar to Chris, doesn't it? It's just like, kind of like spelled a little bit different and like flipped around, you know? Because you can spell Chris with Frisk, you know? But the thing is, if Chris and Frisk, and then Chris and Kara, because they look similar, what if it's kind of like that, where it's actually the forces of determination itself clashing? You know? I also had another theory about what's going on with Chris and the soul, where Chris is almost like a vessel from the beginning of the game given soul, but like how some bodies in real life might reject transplanted limbs, it's kind of all our organs, not limbs, organs, like how if someone has a heart transplant, well, heart. If someone has a heart transplant, the body can reject that, right? So what if Chris, the vessel, is rejecting the soul like that? Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly. You guys ponder if I've been cooking or not, or if the house is burning down. Huh? Like, what, am I cooking? Am I cooking a meal, or is the kitchen on fire? Is it like, oh no? Because if you think about it, Deltarune is a game of parallels, right? Deltarune is a game of parallels. So what if it is like the parallels of determination? What if it is like, what if it, I don't know. This is very, very interesting to think about, isn't it?
Why they were willing to emotionally manipulate their brother that they really did love in their own way, and why Azrael in the end could describe them as not the greatest person. So a victim, yes, and not incapable of emotion, but still far from innocent. That's my take anyway. Alright, the true pacifist ending has one more little goodie for us, because if you dodge all of the names in the special thanks of the credits, that mysterious door in Snowden finally opens.
Huh? What do you mean? What? Wait, this is how you open the door?
And inside is a dog who fell asleep.
What if the dog is representative of the concept of determination? What if the dog is the roaring
after
night?
Somehow programming a game. In case it wasn't already clear that the annoying dog is Toby's self-insert. That's all, there's nothing else to do here. This room even got its own soundtrack and everything. Before we move on to the game's final route though, for Undertale's 5th anniversary, we actually got a small glimpse into what life might be like for the monsters after the true pacifist ending. Toby released a bunch of dialogue that was meant to be used for an alarm clock app, which I've never been exactly sure how that was going to work, but development of the app has been cancelled at least for now because Toby wanted all of their resources to go toward developing Deltarune, and so do we. But it seems like the dialogue was going to be different for different seasons, so the stuff he released was specifically winter themed. The characters talk primarily about a big Christmas party they had recently. We know this has to be after the true pacifist ending because that's the only ending where Asgore survives, but interestingly, no humans, including Frisk, are ever mentioned. Maybe that means that choosing not to stay with Toriel is...
Yeah, I didn't get that ending. I'm not allowed to have the nice alarm clock. I'm not allowed to have that. I don't know how much stock I would
put into that though. Also, though it doesn't ever say it explicitly, they still seem to be in Snowden, so it's not like they completely abandoned the underground after the barrier was broken, which I guess makes sense.
Hey, thanks for the $10. I'm a Crombie, but I don't know what that means. I think Chris Dies was given Deltarune and became a vessel in the same way Flowey was a vessel, hence why they don't have their own soul. They don't have their own soul. They don't have their own soul. They died and it was lost. And maybe that is then why the body is rejecting the soul. Because it's not the original soul. Maybe. I don't know. But I think that is very That's very interesting. Thank you for the donation too, by the way.
We learn are that Kara used to fill glasses of water up to the very top because that was more efficient and got Azrael to do the same. Toriel tends to go a little crazy when alcohol is involved. And Flowers...
Oh yeah, no, trust me, I know. Sans is my stepdad, apparently. Mr. Sans. Okay, well, he does make good ice cream.
He
so,
actually still cares a bit about...
You know, maybe if he gets our family an air fryer, we're cool.
But most interestingly, we learn about a friend of Asgore's that we never heard about in Undertale named Rudy.
The Roaring Knight! Nah. All of you, Rudy is the Roaring Knight truthers. What happened when your goat fell off a ladder? Huh? What are your hopes and your dreams and your beliefs going to help him get out of hospital? No? No. We don't even know if he's alive. Okay, why would you think Rudy is the Roaring Knight when clearly the Roaring Knight is in front of you? Huh? What the Roaring Knight? I give you the Roaring Knight. Look. The Roaring Knight is here. I don't want to break my chair. The Roaring Knight. Look, it's the Roaring Knight. Look, the Roaring Knight is here. Ah. Rudy Deltarune is dead. Can we get a F in the chat for Rudy Deltarune, please? Thoughts and prayers? Thoughts and prayers, thank you.
Met when Rudy was in college, though after a while they seemed more or less the same age because Rudy was aging normally while Asgore wasn't aging at all. Rudy eventually got married and had at least 2 daughters. Asgore would be Santa at Christmas, and Rudy would put on a glowing red nose.
Well, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure what gender Des is or was. I might just be an idiot, but daughter, okay, cool.
Be his Rudolph. It's pretty easy to speculate from this that Rudy was actually a reindeer monster, though it doesn't ever actually explicitly say that. But
I was his Santa and he was my Rudolph. Asgore Rudy Yowie W.
One day, without explanation, he died.
Razgor theory? What do you know about Razgor theory?
We don't
what
know
do you
when
guys
this
know
was,
about
but
Razgor?
it can't have been too long ago because Asgore says
Rudazgor. Oh my god. I'm cooking. Rudazgor? Razgor? Udi? Udi?
that his daughters are still around and get to grow up on the surface. There's actually this little house in Snowdin that if you wait long enough, you can see someone come out of that after this came out, we thought might actually be Rudy's house.
That opens?
And the person was one of his daughters or his wife or something. But the 10th anniversary...
The Roaring Knight. The Roaring Knight. The Roaring Knight
actually
is the Roaring Knight is the little man from the house.
And the person was one of his daughters or his wife or something. But the 10th anniversary live stream showed this random lumberjack guy down here that it might actually belong to.
The Roaring Knight. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Roaring Knight. It's the Roaring Knight.
So it was more likely just meant as another example of monsters living their lives in areas of the underground we never get to explore. Either way, still some cool new history for Asgore. Cool as in, it's cool that we learned anything at all, not it's cool that his friend died. You know what, moving on. Alright, on to the game's final route. If you abort the genocide route partway through by either not meeting the kill count requirements or by sparing bosses, there are a few unique things that can happen. For example, if you stay on this route all the way to Hotland, but then kill Mettaton Neo without all of the required kills, you get a unique neutral ending where Alphys calls you to tell you that with all her friends dead, except Sans, she stepped up and became a better person and a leader, and that she should have killed you when she had the chance. But the main thing that people always bring up when talking about an aborted genocide route is some new dialogue Papyrus has on his hangout. This time, when you check the box that he says contains his special attack, he says that if you had fought, he would have blasted you with it, suggesting that his real special attack might have involved those same blasters that Sans uses in his fight.
Wait. Chat? You guys have been talking about this character called Gaster? Aren't these things called Gaster Blasters? Is there a connect? What is like? Did Gaster like teach Sans everything he knows? Is he like Sans' Master Shifu or like his uncle or something? Huh?
And I wish I could use that to transition straight into talking about the Sans fight, but before we get there, I need to briefly touch on the other major boss fight of this route, because if you were hoping that there was some hidden lore pointing to how Undyne was able to transform like this, Sorry, I've got nothing. Well, it most likely has something to do with determination, since she does actually start to melt while desperately trying to cling to life when you kill her during a neutral route. It's possible that some monsters just have such a determination-oriented personality that they're able to conjure up the actual substance itself or something. But one other popular theory from back in the day was that Alphys had actually been giving her small doses of it somehow, maybe because she was afraid of losing her or something. As to why
was that Cutie Mew Mew?
It actually works in the genocide route and not in the neutral route. It probably has something to do with the weird metaphysical.
Maybe it's like the reason why Undyne was able to use determination in the genocide run was like how Goku went Super Saiyan when Krillin was exploded. Maybe it's kind of like that. And she's like, I will not let you destroy my world. Maybe it's like that. Maybe. Undyne is Goku theory? What?
But we can really only speculate. So most new players do.
God, that fight put me through so much shit. That fight took me days. It took me days.
This route will kill Muffet right away like all the other enemies. But if you don't, she actually has some new dialogue. Instead of someone, probably either Mettaton or Flowey, hiring her to kill you like normal, in this route, she says that Alphys had come and told her to evacuate and had left a path open for her to do so, but Muffet refused. So the only reason we weren't completely trapped in Hotland and were able to continue forward and destroy the world is because Muffet was too stubborn to evacuate. Lovely. Okay, now let's talk about Sans some more.
My fucking nightmare paralysis demon.
Because there is just a lot.
Oh my, before one of my chapter 5 streams, this stream was the longest stream I've ever done in my entire life. It took me until 4 in the morning to beat you.
One thing we didn't touch on before are his weird powers.
Especially that attack.
There is, of course, his ability to seemingly teleport, though some think that the actual ability that he is using here is to stop time, based on the scene in Grillby's where he does seem to stop time for everyone around you. But then there's also this completely out of nowhere pink KR poison-esque mechanic. We actually know that this stands for Karma because of 2 pieces of difficult to trigger flavor text. If you have between 20 and 30 KR at the end of Sans' turn, it says Karma coursing through your veins. And if you have between 30 and 40, it says Doomed to Death of Karma. I have no idea what this means, but I have heard someone relate this combination of pink and yellow on your health bar to how you can switch out yellow names on terrible monsters with pink ones way at the beginning of the game. I didn't even mention that you could do that earlier because it really doesn't feel at all important to me, but hey, it could be.
I've never thought about that.
Some of the smaller details, like what's up with his eye at the end? And why does he bleed? And don't even try to convince me that there was just a ketchup bottle hidden in his hoodie because that was a prominent theory.
No, it's because from when he drank it, it was in his bone stomach.
For a while, but something weird is going on.
Because he doesn't have a digestive system. That's why. So it would just kind of like sit in his belly. That's why. Sans tomato sauce belly theory. Ooh.
On here. Anyway, you know how Sans gives you a fake out chance to spare him halfway through the fight?
Yes.
I figure most of you who actually played this route didn't take him up on his offer because...
No, I did. Yes, it is that pink and yellow thing again, isn't it? Yeah. I did this, and he betrayed my kindness.
Mess up your route, but here's what happens if you do spare him.
I did this.
You're sparing me? Finally. Buddy, pal. I know how hard it must be to make that choice.
I did this.
To go back on everything you've worked up to. I want you to know.
Papyrus is Sans' brother theory. Nah, you can't cook that. No. Like Icarus, I think you're flying too close. Like Icarus, I think you're flying too close to the sun there, mate. That's not real.
I won't let it go to waste. Come here, pal.
Yeah. I did that.
Get dunked on.
Yes, I did get dunked on, yeah.
If we're really friends, you won't come back. Then when you make it back to that point in the fight, but this time try to kill him, he says this. Whoa, you look really pissed off. Did I get you? Well, if you came back anyway, I guess that means we never really were friends, huh? Don't tell that to the other Sanses, okay?
I forgot other Sanses. Is it like the other marks from Invincible? But if he's invincible, then how can I see him? I forgot about this.
So more confirmation.
Or maybe I didn't read that because I was so like tweaked out with that fight. Other Sanses. Can Sans be in more than one place at once? Go my Sanslings.
That he is very aware of other timelines.
You know, like Edward Richtofen in Call of Duty Zombies, right? Is there like a Sans convention with all of the Sanses? Is that how that works?
To the point where he can accurately guess what happened in them just by the look on your face, which does line up with the research that he and at least one other person, maybe Alphys, did according to his dialogue during the fight. Now, from one mysterious character we've already talked about in this video to another, because we have to talk about Kara again. First of all, in case you
hate you, I hate you,
choice,
demon child.
Here's what happens if you choose do not, which is by far the more interesting outcome. No?
No.
How curious. You must have misunderstood. Since when were you the one in control?
Funny donation time. Can we please tell him about the gravest stuff? No. I don't. If that's Deltarune shit, don't tell me. Thank you for the donation, but I'll find it myself. God, that was so cool in game.
You might also be wondering if anything actually changes when you give them your soul to restore the world to the way it was. Well, at the end of it,
yeah. No, it does.
This route, if you say you have other places to be, the normal picture is replaced by one where Kara has taken Frisk's place and everyone else's faces are crossed out. I killed them all. If you choose to stay with Toriel, this happens.
Ate them. Yes, I got this, yeah. Yes, yeah.
But if you decide to do a genocide route again, Kara has some new dialogue. Kara. The demon that comes when people call its name. It doesn't matter when. It doesn't matter where. Time after time, I will appear. The demon. And with your help, we will eradicate the enemy and become strong.
Who is the enemy?
HP, attack, defense, gold, EXP, LV.
Is the enemy humans?
Every time a number increases, that feeling, that's me. Kara. But you and I are not the same, are we? This soul resonates with a strange feeling.
I don't let you see. I keep contained because I can't control
to recreate this world.
Something, the beast is ugly.
There is a reason you continue to destroy it.
Just beneath the skin, I must confess that I feel like a monster.
You are racked with a perverted sentimentality. I cannot understand these feelings anymore. Despite this, I feel obligated to suggest, should you choose to create this world once more, another path would
I like the heartbeat tones in the background going like doo-doo, because it's kind of like if they're two sides of the same coin, but then you've decided to go that way with the determination thing. Like you hear the heart. I think that's quite cool.
Now, partner, let us send this world back into the abyss. The demon that comes when people call its name, huh? There has been much debate about exactly what this means, and adding to that are some super hidden lines of unused code labeled Demon that were clearly put there for data miners to find. In the original version of the game, these lines were called Demon X, Demon Y, Demon Z, and Demon R, and were pretty clearly just a message from Toby Fox telling people not to post stuff they found in the code online. But in the first update, after everyone had gone and posted everything online anyway, this message, or a shorter version of it, now just called Demon X, was moved to the script for the naming screen.
Please don't post this message or this information, or doing secrets will become valid.
Was a message now labeled Demon A, Demon B, Demon C, and Demon D, which says this: Greetings. You have made yourself completely clear. Understood. I, your humble servant, will follow you.
This is like responses, isn't it? It's like greetings, then you would say that, or be like, greetings, you have made yourself completely clear. You would say something. Understood, then you would say something. I, your humble servant, will follow you to the utmost.
The simple greetings at the beginning makes this sound weirdly simple.
Or it's a response from you to...
similar to how Kara talks. And it seems almost like they kicked the old speaker out of their place or something, but I really am not sure what to do with this detail. But with all that in mind, and having already discussed Kara's backstory, what role do they actually have throughout the game itself? So we know that when Toriel left New Home for the ruins, she took Kara's body with her, and it seems very likely that she buried them in the first room of the game, under the patch of flowers that Frisk wakes up on. Kara speculates that Frisk's determination, or maybe more accurately, ours somehow, woke them up. I've always thought that this was...
Again, it's like the... Yes, yeah.
Because, well, human bodies do still turn to dust eventually, just much slower than monster bodies do. So maybe when that happened, Kara's essence lived on in the flowers, like what happens with monsters, and then just like Flowey, being exposed to determination woke them up. It's not exactly one-to-one, since they woke up connected to Frisk / the player in some way, instead of...
Well, it's the determination thing, I think. Maybe it's like, maybe it's like beings that have high levels, like the highest levels of determination, are connected in some way. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Asgore lost the corpse in the divorce.
That might be a stretch.
Rip my boy Asgore.
That Flowey's speculation about Kara waking up when they heard him calling is actually correct, or that us calling their name by naming them before we start the game is what did it, which would fit with them being the demon that comes when people call its name. From here, though, opinions on Kara once again vary wildly. The knee-jerk reaction to seeing them at the end of the Genocide route would be to think that their direct influence over the game only grows as you level up. I've even heard the theory that in the Genocide route you are becoming Kara, while in the Pacifist route you are truly becoming Frisk, since that's the only route where you learn their name. On the other hand, a very popular theory for a long time was that Kara is just straight up the narrator of the entire game, no matter what route you're on. But once again, closer in...
No, I don't think... I don't think that. I think Kara is the red text. I don't think Kara is the narrator of the entire game.
Seems to suggest that it's more nuanced than that. While Kara might not literally be the narrator, it does seem like they have some influence over parts of the narration in every...
And like these characters in the True Lab being like melting and that type of stuff, like sure they've been fused together, but it's like they're also melting with determination, so they've been injected with determination. Because you see this, as he showed earlier, with Undyne melting if you kill her in like a neutral route.
And even besides that, we always see...
And I think that this is kind of like the... I feel like that is kind of the I feel like that's the point, wasn't it?
A memory of theirs when we fall into the garbage dump on every neutral playthrough, and another during the Azrael fight in Pacifist, meaning that they very clearly have at least some influence over us on every route. My personal interpretation is that while Frisk is technically the playable character, Kara represents the player in a much deeper way. They are the ones we name at the beginning of the game after all, and many first-time players will just use their own name there. If they're the feeling we get when our stats increase, maybe they're also the feeling we get from being kind to the monsters. Now that they are without a soul of their own, our actions...
You know what's interesting about Kara? It's kind of half of the word of character. Don't you think? Like CHARACTER. It's kind of it's like that. So maybe it's meant to be like the character you play as. Therefore, maybe that's the. I don't know. I think that's. Is that a thing, or am I once again burning down the kitchen? Let me know.
By the end of the Pacifist route, they are content with letting Frisk be their own person. And in the Genocide route, we teach them to value strength and destruction above all else. So when there's nothing left but the world itself to destroy, of course they would finally show their face and ask us to finish the job. Now, this interpretation does not at all answer what's going on with the weird demon stuff.
That's intentional, bro. Okay. They said that earlier. If they did, I just went over my head.
All right, now, finally, we get to move on from simple, missable events to the stuff that any long...
What a fun event.
Fans watching this have probably been waiting this whole time for me to get to, the rare events. At the beginning of every playthrough, a random number from 1 to 100 called the fun value gets assigned to your save file.
What is a fun value?
One rare event or NPC that will show up during that playthrough. If your fun value is anywhere from 2 to 39, when you enter the river person room in Snowden for the first time, you will get this phone call. Hello, can I speak to... Wait a second. Is this the wrong number? Oh, it's the wrong number song. We're very, very sorry that we got it wrong. Oh, it's the wrong number song. We're very, very sorry that we got it wrong. I did that from memory, so I hope I timed it right with the actual song. At values 40 to 45 in the room with Papyrus's sentry stand, Sans will prank call you with the classic, "Is your refrigerator running?" But then take either of your responses completely seriously because that makes it funnier.
Oh, I think I got that. I think I got that.
Alfie's will accidentally call you trying to order a pizza. So this could have been some people's first time hearing from Alfie's, which is pretty neat. Values 56 and 57 trigger Nightmare Mode, which changes...
What happens on value 6-7?
Monster Kid's word search from looking like this looking like this.
What?
That's all. At values 80 to 89, if you have a low murder level, an NPC called Clam Girl appears in the room before Napstablook's house. Basically a recolor of that Clam Guy who appears in the room in Hotland with the water cooler. She has quite a bit of dialogue, but it's strange. I'm visiting Waterfall from the city. Synchronicity? My neighbor's daughter looks about your age.
Okay.
Her name is Susie. I feel like you two should be friends.
What?
You have a neighbor's blessing.
Was that meant to be Susie Deltarune? What?
Not knowing where I live is no issue. Fate finds a way. In life's grand scheme,
this
she
is
might
my
be why you
daughter
came here in the
Deltarune.
first place. If you kill Undyne, then come back and talk to her, she says, I sense a disturbance in the nearby aura. I think you should leave that girl alone. But if you're doing a pacifist playthrough and then come back and talk to her after fighting Azrael, she says, so you never met my neighbor's daughter. Don't despair. This world has infinite opportunities. But there's a limit to the things you can do today. Accepting this is healthy. Take my neighbor's blessing, and consider this blessing for anything you like. Interestingly, the word today at the end of but there's a limit to the things you can do today was not in the original version of the game. It was added in an update. One last bit of dialogue from her can happen if you talk to her during the true pacifist ending without having talked to her before. I wanted to tell you about my neighbor's daughter, but you walked right by me before I could tell you. Fate has decided that I should not tell you. Even more strange is that
it's so interesting how everything is connected. It's so cool how wait.
Talk to Clam Girl and inspect the drawer with the photo album.
The
Instead
photos
of looking
of
at the album, you'll notice a card sticking out from the back flap of the binder.
Yeah.
It's a poorly drawn picture of 3 smiling people.
This is the thing. This is what I was talking about earlier.
Written on it, don't forget.
It says don't what? Because they're with him in the dark. What? What? Hang on. So this is that like thing of like, did Sans like go together? You know, it's just, it's so. Did he go from Deltarune to Undertale? That's gonna don't forget in chat. It's so.
This was also added in an update. At values 91 to 100, if you backtrack to the very beginning of the first bridge where Undyne tried to kill you, you'll find this creepy grayscale version of Monster Kid called mkid_goner in the sprite.
Is that like the scary Shadow Bonnie that appears in the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 office sometimes?
Files, and therefore
called like YSJ27 said 9625 Sigma Bravo Alpha, like that, whatever that thing is.
Has haunted the fandom for years. Have you ever thought about a world where everything is exactly the same? Except you don't exist. Everything functions perfectly without you. The thought terrifies me. If you grab an umbrella from way far ahead and bring it all the way back here, they comment, an umbrella? But it's not raining. You know, that does make me feel a little better about this. Thank you. Please forget about me. Please don't think about this anymore. Then, and only then, if you leave the room and come back, they're gone. This leaves fun values
so
1, 51 to 55, 58 to 60.
I wonder what that means. What does that mean?
64, 67 to 79, and 90 unused. Oh, speaking of rare dialogue, let's talk about the river person for a second, because they have quite a few things to say that you might have missed. This makes sense to go here, right?
The river person is Rolsey, because in the beginning, you see him wearing a hood that's very similar to this.
Rare, just whatever. Most of their dialogue is just funny, meaningless nonsense. I should have worn a few more pairs of pants today. Somewhere it's Wednesday, so be careful. The water is very dry today. I should have worn a few million more pairs of pants.
Well, as one of his dialogues gonna be like, we're gonna die. I have a bomb strapped to my chest.
But then there are also a few that give some helpful gameplay or lore hints, like to the location of Temmie Village, or how eating the pie while fighting Asgore lowers his attack and defense, or reminding you of the prophecy of the Deltarune, or hinting that Flowey is neither human nor monster. But then there are a few that are a little more mysterious. Beware of the man who came from the other world. Okay, that one could be added to the list of evidence that Sans is from another world of some sort. It makes sense to be warned about him, considering how he would have killed you without the promise he made to Toriel. Did you ever hear the old song Coming from the Sea? That one could be like the wrong.
Hang on. The old song Coming from the Sea. I remember going to the beach or the river, whatever, with Susie. And she commented on like hearing a song from the other side. I mean, like maybe there's a connection there. I don't know.
Numbers song? I mean, we're by the sea when that happens, but it comes from our phone and not the sea itself. Maybe it means the statue with the music box playing Azrael's theme then? Well, that's in Waterfall, but not exactly by the sea. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to make of this one. Beware of the man who speaks in hands. Who? Speaking in hands, what does
The
that even
hand
mean?
man.
Well, this line, if you saw it at all, was almost certainly the only allusion you saw in your playthrough to a very, very hidden character, and is the reason I waited until now to talk about the river person. If you edit your save file and put yourself in room 264,
Who is the man
when
who
you open the
speaks in
game,
hands?
you see a message from a character speaking in the wingdings
Why
font
is he talking in fucking windings?
in
What?
all caps, which prominently features
What?
hands, and who even has their own text sound. Here's what the wingdings say. Entry number 17.
This sounds like the... Wait. What video? In my chapter 5 video... Or chapter 4... No, my chapter 5 video when Flowery and Asgore were standing next to each other. I tried to call someone. I tried to call someone. And it made that noise.
Dark, darker, yet darker. The darkness keeps growing. The shadows
Wait.
cutting deeper. Photon readings negative. This next experiment seems very, very interesting.
Wait, is that why you guys were saying very, very interesting earlier? Hang on. Before we get into this, I just need to go to the... Are you going to the bathroom again? This is insane. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Also, by the way, 2 things. Firstly, fucking insane. I think I've heard this before. And also, remember to go check out that second channel video of mine, yeah? Remember to go check that out. On the Bonk YouTube channel, my second channel. Go have a look at that. ...
What do you two think? Then the game closes. The delightful audio track playing in this room is called mus_smile in the game files. Please adjust yourself to the sound of it.
This is the exact sound that I heard.
This goes on for over a minute. About halfway through, there's also this part that sounds
I like how S and then the underscore and the S looks like a face.
almost like a voice of some sort.
Why is someone mooing at me? The pain of you only getting half the info for... What do you mean by that? Thanks for the $2 though, thank you. The pain of you only getting half the info for this. My mind is blowing right now. This is very, very interesting.
Lovely. Weirdly, if you speed this track up, you get the laugh sound effect used by Muffet and a few other monsters. But more importantly, the name of this room in the game files is room_Gaster.
This is the sound of this Gaster person.
But who or what is a Gaster? Well, some of you observant...
What was I going to say now? I had something in my brain that I don't remember. What was I going to say? It will come back to me.
May have noticed that there are actually a few fun values that I skipped earlier.
Yes.
3 of them give you a small chance to encounter one of 3 NPCs in the
It's more these like really cursed ass
elevator rooms in
characters.
Hotland, referred to in the game files as G followers, which almost definitely
You funny man. Does this not look like the person who was selling... What were they, like? Onion rings? I think? In the festival? Does this not look like this person? Does this not look like who this is?
stands for Gaster followers. Though I suppose it's possible that G could stand for Goner, since like Goner Kid, they
Maybe it stands for Gru.
are all grayscale versions of other NPCs, but pretty much the entire fandom refers to them as Gaster followers, even if they might technically be Goners, whatever that even means. But the way they're numbered in the files, the order of the fun values they appear at, the order that you can reach each of the rooms they can be encountered in, and how rarely they appear are all completely different orders. So naturally, I'm going to talk about them in none of those. I'm going from the least to most interesting, which is also somehow a different order from any of those. So at fun value 62, if you have a low murder level, Gaster Follower 1 has a 50% chance to appear in front of elevator L3.
It's so insane.
One right before Muffet's bake sale. They look like the dude licking the ficus in the MTT resort. It makes sense why Asgore took so long to hire a new royal scientist. After all, the old one, Dr. Gaster, what an act to follow. They say he created the core. However, his life...
Gaster made the core?
Short. One day, he fell into his creation and... Will Alphys end up the same way? If you leave the room and come back before or after talking to them, they'll be gone. At fun value 63, regardless of murder level, Gaster Follower 3 has a 50% chance to appear.
What is he going to talk about, like selling onion rings?
In front of elevator L2, right after the MTT news segment. Also, I kind of lied earlier because this one doesn't have a normal NPC counterpart elsewhere in the game. It's...
Does that not look like a bit like a smiling face? Well, like you can see it's kind of like a droopy body, but it's like a smiling face too. Is that
just a weird face thing? I understand why Asgore waited so long to hire a new royal scientist. The previous one, Dr. Gaster. His brilliance was irreplaceable.
Yeah, but he fell into he fell into the core.
One day his experiments went wrong and... Well, I needn't gossip. After all, it's rude to talk about someone who's listening.
Who's listening?
Once again, leaving the room
what?
Makes them disappear.
What?
At fun value 61, Gaster Follower 2 has a 20% chance of appearing in front of elevator R1, the first elevator you go on, the one right after the cooking show. This one looks like the guy who regretted spending all his life savings on Muppet's donuts.
Yes, yeah.
Alphys might work faster, but the old royal scientist, Dr. W.D. Gaster, one day he vanished without a trace. They say he shattered across time and space. How can I say so without fear? I'm holding a piece of him
If he
right here.
What do you mean you're holding a piece of him?
Yeah, this guy just straight up vanished.
But what if he shattered across time and space, right? Is it like he's everywhere yet nowhere at the same time? Is it like... If he's always listening, and it's a thing like the characters in the world are their own characters, and then you as a player have a meta-narrative kind of fourth wall interpretation. We are technically listening to all the conversations that we're having, all the conversations that we're having, the characters are having, even though they don't really know that we're there because they don't have meta knowledge like we do because we're the people controlling. Is Gaster, however you pronounce his name, if he's always listening and he's everywhere yet nowhere at the same time, is he like us? Is he like us, the player? Does he have meta knowledge like us? Is it something like that? Because, again, if he's everywhere yet nowhere at the same time, we are also everywhere yet nowhere at the same time, because we are everywhere, because we're influencing everything and we're seeing all the events, yet we're not physically with the characters in the game. Like that. Right? Is he a... Is it on a similar level to us? We are Gaster theory. Is it like that?
Dialogue finishes. Okay, let's take this information one piece at a time. Dr.
One piece?
W.D. Gaster. Assuming that this is the character speaking in entry 17, aka room_Gaster.
Hang on a minute. The person talking to us in the beginning when we made the vessel, is that Gaster? Is that who that is? Is it? Is it kind of like he became aware of another? He became aware. Is that the person talking to us in the beginning?
WD in his name is almost unanimously believed to stand for Wingdings, thus tying him
Wingding. His name was Wingdings. First name was Wingdings. Wingdings Gaster.
On top of that, those blaster things that Sans and possibly also Papyrus use are actually called Gaster blasters in the game files.
Yes.
Also, this similarly skull-like attack that Azrael uses is called the Hyper Gunner, and since Gunner is a loaded and potentially Gastery word, people have wondered if this attack has something to do with him too. I just figured I should mention that.
Does this not look like some of the Roaring Knights attacks?
In case. Back to connections with the skeletons though, there's also this really old piece of concept art that Toby shared of Papyrus that says that he has a brother named Comic Sans and a blank named Blank. Many people have noted how strange it was
one uncle called Wingdings.
For Toby to black the message out in that way.
He's got an uncle called Wingdings, Uncle Gaster.
Which would have been much easier editing-wise, leading to speculation that there is an unknown relative that we just aren't allowed to know about yet, which is a spot that Gaster could easily fill. There is absolutely zero evidence for how
is he an uncle? Is he a dad? Is he a grandfather?
He might be related to them, but the most common interpretation.
And if Sans has got power over time and space, if he's a time traveler, and Gaster was destroyed in all manners beyond time and space, meaning that he's everywhere yet nowhere at the same time. This is breaking my brain. What? Why wing my ding to like Gaster?
Over the years is that he was their father. There was also this weird audio file found in the Korean demo of Undertale of all things, which was apparently based on an earlier build of the game for some reason. The audio is just a super early version of the beginning of Metal Crusher, but the name of the file was Grandpa Semi, another font-related name, leading some people to believe that this early concept for a grandfather to Sans and Papyrus eventually morphed into Gaster.
But then who is their dad?
Or maybe Grandpa Semi would have been Gaster's dad, who knows? But Gaster could just as easily be a third brother or like an uncle or something, if he is actually even related to them at all. Whatever the case, Sans and Papyrus have often been speculated to be the two that Gaster addresses at the end of entry 17, with the other most popular guess being Sans and Alphys, but there really is no solid evidence to suggest who he's talking to.
No, but why would it be Alphys? That it would be Sans and Papyrus, I think.
There was also a theory for a bit that the name Gaster could be based on the Aster font, which Sans uses a similar font to when he falls asleep during his fight, but it seems to me like if this was intentional, then Toby would have actually just used the Aster font here instead of one that just kinda looks like it. Back to the followers' dialogue though. We also learned that he was the royal scientist before Alphys, and that he was a really good one, and that they say he is the one who created the core. In Alphys' True Lab entries, she mentioned that she learned how to extract determination from the human souls from the blueprints. She never says where she got these blueprints.
But the blueprints were the thing where the photo is.
On this line, that Gaster had begun to research how to break the barrier and is the one who designed, if not built, the DT extraction machine. There's even an old theory that Gaster himself wrote all of the True Lab entries that have proper capitalization, but this really doesn't hold up under scrutiny. But it is possible that Gaster wrote the blueprints.
Yes, here, the blueprints.
Considering it says that you can't read the symbols they're written in, or maybe it's just the handwriting, suggesting
what if they're written in Wingdings?
That they could be written in Wingdings.
That's what I'm saying! What if they're written in Wingdings?
Instead of Chicken Scratch. Or maybe they were originally written by Gaster but have some additional scribblings from Alphys on them. Who knows? So then, let's try to piece together what happened to him. The followers tell us that his experiments went wrong and that he fell into his creation, which could be two separate events, but I'm going to assume that they're the same, that some experiment of his went wrong, causing him to fall into his creation.
What if he invented the technology with the doors? What if he invented the technology with the doors instead of what you're meant to believe is the core? And if he fell into his creation and he got stuck beyond the realm of time and space, he was granted a level of sentience beyond anybody else. Maybe. Meaning that he's everywhere yet nowhere at the same time, because the doors are everywhere. So he can see everywhere. What if it's like that?
The immediate assumptions are that his experiment is probably the same one that he talks about in entry 17, and that his creation that he fell into is referring to the core.
But what if it's what if it's not the core, though? What if it's not the core? What if you're meant to believe it's the core? What if the core is a red herring? Huh?
But the problem is that those two things don't seem to line up all that well. Entry 17 keeps talking about some sort of darkness spreading and like negative photons or something. But what would that have to do with the functions of the...
Exactly! Photons? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Photons are light particles. Hang on. Or is it... Or are neutrons light particles? Hang on. Are photons light particles? Photons are like light particles, right? And the core's got nothing to do. And if it's like negative photons, if it's like that, then people in chat are saying like Dark Worlds. But then does that mean that if he understands Undertale, then Undertale is a Dark World? So I think he's got something to do with photons and light and anti-light, which is you would assume that what did he say? Negative particles, darker than dark, like how Rossi describes in chapter 3. Yeah, maybe. It's like the opposite of light. And the opposite of a light world is a dark world. Like that type of stuff. So maybe it's that. Maybe it is that. But then wouldn't that mean that, like, Undertale is a dark world if he's, like, able to determine everything that's going on?
Core. I suppose there could be some hidden purpose to the core that we don't know about, but many fans believe that the creation of his that he fell into was something else. But what that could be, it's hard to say. Some have suggested the DT extraction machine, but that doesn't really seem to fit entry 17 either. But whatever it was, he vanished without a trace, and
what we know, it wouldn't. I don't think it would be a physical object. It feels more like a concept. That's what I think. I don't think it's like Gaster fell into this. It's something that's like beyond the physical object, I think. He may have fallen into a physical object, but he's not solely linked to a physical object. It feels like it is a concept that he fell into in like a meta kind of way.
They say that he shattered across time and space.
Yes,
and now
like time
seems
and
to be
space.
Always listening in some way.
Yes.
Those they say phrases are mildly infuriating because it makes me doubt how accurate they actually are, but let's just say that they are in fact true. That word shattered seems to imply that he's not just some completely omnipresent, omniscient being across all of time and space in his entirety, but that there are little pieces of him everywhere and every when, hence how he's always listening. Some fans have also interpreted the vanished without a trace line to include him even vanishing from everyone's memories, connecting it to Sans' don't forget note, the fact that trying to name the fallen human Gaster immediately boots you back to the intro as if the game doesn't even know how to process that name, and especially to Goner Kid's dialogue about a world that's exactly the same except you don't exist. But that connection is just loose speculation. It's actually been speculated that all of the fun events are related to Gaster in some way. Before singing the wrong number song, these unknown callers start to ask to speak to someone whose name starts with G, which could be Gaster.
G, yes.
The two other phone calls you can get are from Sans and Alphys, who
fell outside of bounds of the game. I think there's a meta-narrative connection between how we have power over the world, and Gaster also seems to have that power.
have obvious connections to Gaster. Nightmare mode Clam Girl is a bit of a loose connection, but she is the one who makes the don't forget note appear in Sans' lab, so that's something at least. And Goner Kid, even if their dialogue wasn't meant to be talking about Gaster, has the similar appeal.
But if he's kind of like that in like a black and white, grey-scaled, monochromatic look, and the Gaster followers are like that, there's obviously a connection.
To the Gaster followers.
Yes,
but
yeah.
There's actually 2 more fun events I haven't talked about yet. If your fun value is 65, the first time you enter the room at the north of the first crossroads in Snowdin, the one where the fishing rod usually is, there's a 50% chance that you will be taken to the sound test room, which contains 4 audio snippets for you to listen to. 3 of them are super short, pointless loops, but the 4th one
I don't know what that
theme.
I don't know what that currency is. My theory is that Gaster became the game's program. Thank you for the 6. I don't know what that currency is. That's interesting. Maybe.
Once you select it, you are unable to select any of the other songs.
I've heard this song before. I've made 10% progress towards knowing. My mind is expanding.
Then it cuts off suddenly, saying thanks for your feedback, be seeing you soon, before then kicking you right back to the fishing rod room. Interestingly, Gaster's theme in the game files is simply called mus_st, short for sound test, _him. And for the final fun event, if your fun value is 66, this seemingly
What if your fun value is 67?
pointless hallway will always appear the first time you exit the mouse save room in Waterfall to the right. Once you exit the hallway, it will no longer appear when you go between these 2 rooms. But when you enter this fake hallway, there is a 10% chance that there will be a strange gray door in the middle, which is actually a grayscale version of the door sprites used in Sans and Papyrus's house. When you enter it, you are met with this.
This is him. This is Winding Gaster. Mr. Winding himself. This is him.
This sprite is completely intangible, but if you try to interact with it, that sound is the same one used.
That's the guy. That's him, isn't it?
By Gaster Follower 2 when they.
And this is all like grayscaled, and his followers are grayscaled.
That sound is the same one used by Gaster Follower 2 when they disappeared, a sound which is actually a.
Yeah, thanks for the $5. Think about it like layers of reality. Us, Gaster, Undertale / Deltarune, Dark World.
Sped up and reversed Gaster's theme. This sprite in the game files is labeled Mystery Man, but it's Gaster. It just has to be.
Yeah.
There's one other sprite in the game files that some have speculated to be Gaster, or at least a piece of him, because if you hack your way into being able to interact with it, it says redacted in Wingdings, but this is honestly probably just a test sprite in my opinion. Mystery Man being Gaster just makes too much sense. Not only because of the connection to Gaster's theme and it being a fun event, but also the fact that it's specifically fun value 66. See, Gaster actually has battle stats hidden in the game files, which are obviously completely unused, but all of which contain only the number 6. This is
so he's... The number 666, that's not the devil number, right? And the thing that Kara said, I am the demon when you call its name. But 666 is a demonic number, which is like, well, then there's Gaster there.
Almost certainly connecting him to the number 666, the mark of the beast, or number of man from the biblical book of Revelation. In case anyone doesn't know, in ancient times, the number 3 was a number of completion, and 7 was a number of perfection. So 666, being 3 times short of 7, symbolizes total imperfection. Basically, in fiction, it's often used as shorthand for something
I didn't know that.
Or even simply, this guy is bad news. So whatever Gaster's deal is, he's probably not a great guy. But yeah, with the Mystery Man fun value being 6.
What if Gaster's the demon that comes when you call its name?
66, and like, the freaking hex code of the color of this room is A6, A6, A6. Or so I've heard, but when I tested this myself...
Is Gaster Undertale Deltarune Satan?
It showed up as AF,
Is that who it is?
That could just be the footage I was using being ever so slightly discolored or something, but still, Mystery Man just has to be Gaster. He even looks vaguely like a slightly melty skeleton, which would further connect him with Sans and Papyrus. On top of that, this hallway actually did appear in the 10th anniversary livestream, but the gray door was colored in, making it look even more like the doors from Sans and Papyrus's house than before. They didn't show us what was inside though, or comment on it at all. Most fan art also depicts Gaster with giant holes in his hands, which is hard to tell if that's what Toby actually intended with this sprite, but I hope it is because it makes for a really cool and unique.
What if he's doing the 6-7?
Some people have have also pointed out that if you flip him upside down, it kind of just looks like a different guy, which I'm not sure I see it so much.
Why does it kind of look like a Rorschach test too? Don't you think?
But if that is meant to be a face, it would certainly fit with the whole demonic, which...
I mean, that is... Like there, if you go to the next thing, right?
If that is meant to be a face...
Like there, it's like a man's face, his nose, and his mouth. What?
It would certainly fit with the whole demonic motif we've got
What do you
going on.
think about that?
And speaking of demons, we're still not done with this guy yet, because, hey, remember those strings of text with a demon label that in the game's first update it almost looked like one demon had kicked the other out of its place and replaced it or something? Well, that Demon X string, the one that got kicked out, did seem pretty normal in this initial update. But in a later update, this string was changed to say, in all caps, "he is." And then was changed to be completely empty a few days later. This all seems very Gastery to me, from the all caps to the out of context use of a single pronoun like mus_st_him to the disappearing. What does...
Well, if he is, if something just is, it means it exists, you know? Like, he is. I can't get over that stupid face. He is, which means that he's always listening because he just, like, kind of is.
What does any of this mean? I have no idea, but it sure is potentially something. But that's not...
Which means he has... If something just is, it means, in my mind, I interpret that of, like he has constant object permeance. If something just is, he's everywhere. Which is like, he's everywhere yet nowhere at the same time.
The only instance we have of Gaster may be speaking to us through the code. And in this case, I really mean speaking. There's an audio file in the game's music folder called ABC_123_A. Probably just called that so that it would be at the very top of the folder, so that it would be the first thing anyone saw. And this is what it sounded like in the original release.
Hello, have some respect and don't spoil the game. It's impossible to have mysteries nowadays.
Because of nosy people like you.
Please keep all of this between us.
If you post it online, I won't make any more secrets.
No one will be impressed.
It will be your fault.
This is a very similar...
I am Winding's Gaster. Hello. It is me. I am WD Gaster.
message to the original Demon X message, and like that message, it was changed in the game's first update. Here's what it sounds like now.
Interesting.
Considering that these text-to-speech voices are the same ones used to create the text sound in entry 17.
Yes, it is this, yeah.
This is most likely meant to be Gaster speaking, and maybe the different voices represent different pieces of him or something. All of this stuff buried in the game files led many to the interpretation that, building off of the game's meta-narrative, Gaster's failed experiment had literally gotten him lost in the game's code, or what fans began to refer to from an in-universe standpoint as the Void. Note that this name is purely fanon and has no basis in the actual game, but it was popular enough that it felt worth bringing up. And that is all that Undertale gives us about Gaster. I mean, it was a lot, but I was still able to sum it all up in a matter of minutes, and we fans had years to mull it all over. Toby did give us one little extra thing to think about at the end of 2015 in a now long-deleted tweet where he cryptically mentioned something whose very nature was shrouded in darkness, which sounds like it could relate to entry 17, but then after that, nothing. Theories abounded, but there's only so much we can do with this amount of information. After a while, it started to feel like we had reached the end of all possible speculation about this character, and we're still left with more questions than answers. Toby gave us just enough information about him to make him incredibly intriguing, without giving us any answers about who he was or why he even exists in this game.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting. That is so interesting.
Finally, the last thing I want to do in this video is talk about some things that are exclusive to Undertale's various console ports. The first port was to the PS4.
Is there any more, like, Gaster stuff in this video? While it is a very, very good video, I just need to know if this stream will... Yes, this stream will stay on YouTube. Don't worry about that. Very, very interesting. Okay.
4, which came with a unique menu theme and even a brand new soundtrack. A calm yet mysterious rendition of the game's main theme that the Collector's Edition soundtrack revealed to be called Before the Story.
The VOD will stay up. The VOD will stay up. God, such good music though, huh? Oh my word.
But in the game itself, you can now go inside Papyrus's sink where you'll find a shrine to the annoying dog. There's even a new remix of the Dog Room soundtrack.
It's Japanese. It's like Chapter 5.
Base game. If you donate money to the shrine, random things will start appearing in it that have funny flavor text. None of it is the least bit important, and doing this is completely pointless except to give you trophies. Thanks, Toby. Also, there was a PS Vita version with a shrine in it too, if anyone cares. In the next port, the Switch version, when you enter the sink, you'll find a ruined dog shrine with a padlocked door in the center.
Well, that looks like the Joy-Cons
over there. If you come back here after reaching new home, the lock will be gone. Inside is a Mew Mew doll/robot thing.
Oh, hello.
Have been built by
okay.
By Alphys. That or she found it in the garbage dump and repaired it. Anyway, inspecting it puts you into a fight, and Mad Mew Mew starts talking to you.
This is just Chapter 5.
It's pretty clear from the way she talks that this is the same ghost you fought as Mad Dummy earlier, who has now found a new body she likes even better and is trying to fuse with it. It's a pretty cool fight with a unique mechanic that takes advantage of
this is literally just the thing.
Controller having 2 analog sticks. You can't damage her at all until you survive long enough to exhaust her dialogue, and then suggest to try using emotions other than anger to fuse with the body, at which point you have the choice to either spare her and help her on her way to figuring out how to fuse, or destroy the body, after which the ghost says she'll repair it and then come kill you later.
I just want to stop my recording quickly. Give me 2 seconds.
Finally, in the Xbox port, we return to the dog shrine once more, where the annoying dog plows all the old ruined stuff away and turns it into a casino. Once again,
gambling!
Just has
Gambling!
But more importantly, Sans actually shows up in here to comment on all the stuff you get. Most of it is still not important, except for one. At some point, winning at the slot machine will start covering the room with whatever this is, and if you get a ton of them, Sans will reminisce about a really bad blizzard in Snowdon a little while back. He once again brings up how Asgore would act as Santa, bringing everyone presents, including, Sans says, the antlered girl and her big sis. This doesn't seem to really match anyone in the game, so people have speculated that it's actually talking about Rudy's daughters that were mentioned in the Winter Alarm Clock dialogue.
Interesting.
Some people also wondered if the two of them were actually the ones we hear in the wishing room through these echo flowers wishing to see the real stars, or even the passing conversation we hear throughout the rest of Waterfall. Also, once you get to New Home, Sans gets replaced by Mad Mew Mew, who has her own unique dialogue for everything in the casino. So she is just retroactively a character that exists in this world, which is pretty cool. And also in this port, there are little messages that can come up when you disconnect your controller, some of which are funny, and some of which are this. But rewinding a little bit, there is one more thing added to the Switch port that I didn't mention. If your fun value is specifically 81, if you talk to Clam Girl and then come back and talk to her again during the True Pacifist ending, she has something new to say about this mysterious Susie. So, you never met my neighbor's daughter, but please don't despair.
My
because
name
the time
is
that you will meet
Susie
her
Deltarune.
is fast approaching.
What? She becomes a Gaster follower?
That appearance, that disappearance, that sound?
Yes.
Before our eyes, Clam Girl had just turned into a Gaster follower. Or more accurately, a goner. Because yes, this time these new sprites are actually labeled as goners in the files, nearly confirming the theory that all of these grayscale NPCs are goners, and massively strengthening Clam Girl's connection to Gaster and the other fun events. But what could it mean that the time that we will meet Susie is fast approaching? The Switch port came out on September 18, 2018, 3 days after Undertale's 3rd anniversary.
Well, that's when Deltarune came out in 2018. That's when Chapter 1 came out.
And a half later.
Yeah, Deltarune Chapter 1, yeah.
The Undertale Twitter account went dark. Literally. The profile picture was just a black circle, and the name was replaced by 6 black bars. Toby took note of this on his personal account too, saying, "It's cold. It's as if everything had been enveloped in a black wind. You didn't realize it yet, but it seems that there's someone who wants to talk to you." And there was. On the Undertale,
Susie Gaster.
Someone began talking. Someone who used weird spacing and all caps.
Is it Wingding Gaster?
Have you been looking for me?
Have you been looking for me? How wonderful. I have been looking for you as well.
I have something.
I have something I want to show you.
Something I think you will find.
I think you will find very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
He said the thing! Very, very interesting.
It is not complete yet. No, it is far from complete. Thus, I have a small favor to ask of you. Return here in 24 hours.
Gaster has a Twitter account confirmed.
At that time, I will ask you a few questions. Then, using your responses, we will approach its realization.
Interesting.
Thank you very much for your
time. Susie Gaster is real.
I will be in contact again soon. This was Gaster.
Yes.
We all knew it. The
Gaster has a Twitter account.
Very, very interesting. The fact that the name was 6 black bars, which is not only the Gaster number, but is literally the number of letters in his name. This character that had intrigued us for so long, who we thought we knew everything there was to know about, was talking directly to us on social media. Toby clarified
Gaster has a Twitter account. Gaster Twitter theory. Let's get some very, very interesting in chat.
So Toby was going to ask fans what they wanted him to create next? Awesome. I knew what my suggestion was going to be. Toby had promised in the Kickstarter to create some sort of comic, and that hadn't happened yet, so I wanted him to make that. Maybe a prequel comic about the war or something that would give us maybe a few more hints about Gaster while still leaving room for theorizing, you know? So I came back the next day ready to give my feedback, and Gaster greeted us once more. Thank you for waiting so long. After all, you and I, we have both been waiting such a very long time. So to be here, finally, on the verge of connection, is quite exciting. I look forward to creating a new future with you. Now,
creating a...
Show yourself, Deltarune.
Did Gaster create Deltarune?
And then 3 identical links to a website called Deltarune.com.
What?
Of course, we thought nothing of it. The Deltarune was a pretty important thing in Undertale after all. We didn't know it at the time, but using the Wayback Machine on this website reveals that it had existed since at least December 2015, when it only contained a seemingly all-black...
Did Gaster create Deltarune?
Him.png, which when the contrast was turned up, revealed a message in all caps wingdings saying, "This next experiment seems very, very interesting." An excerpt from entry 17.
Is Deltarune a Gaster experiment?
And then in December 2016, the text on the image was changed to say, 3 heroes appeared to banish the angels' heaven. But today, October 31, 2018, it contained a message
and
from
the 3 heroes... Shut up! Stop with YouTube captions. And the 3 heroes are the 3 heroes...
Anything we found
it's the
here
prophecy.
For the next 24 hours, and a download link to an installer for a program called, in all caps, Survey Program. So he had made an entire program just to get our feedback. Cool.
What?
Opening the installer, which was labeled as being version 6.6.6, by the way, we were greeted in the terms and conditions by this simple, ominous message. You accept everything that will happen from now on.
And that little symbol up there is the symbol that happens when you run Deltarune in windowed. Up there.
In all caps again. Once the survey program was installed, we opened it and were met with a direct continuation of the conversation we were just having on Twitter. Are you...
Wait!
There?
This is the text that plays at the end of... This is like what happens at the end of chapter 4, when it says, "How long now, my Deltarune?" Did Gaster make the new Galaxy A575G? What? Gaster owns Samsung.
Are we connected?
Yeah. The soul and the sound that play.
Excellent.
What? And this is the text from the beginning of the game too.
Truly. Excellent.
What?
Now, we may begin.
This is the thing! This is the thing! This is the thing! This is the thing! This is the thing from the beginning of Deltarune.
With a new rendition of Gaster's theme playing in the background, we were asked to create a vessel.
This is the thing!
Creating simple little avatars for this thing. But when the questions started coming, that's when things got weird. What's your favorite blood type? How do you feel?
My connection to this world is a connection with Gaster. Huh? Gaster was the person asking me to make a vessel.
About your creation. You acknowledge the possibility of pain and seizure. I guess? Oh, it wants my name. Phil. Oh, wait, is it asking for my, like, actual
name?
IRL
It wants
name
to know who I am.
Responses are being, like, uploaded somewhere and recorded, right? I'm not doing that. Just Phil again, I guess. Of course.
Yeah, what a wonderful vessel. It will now be discarded.
Of course. They are the same. Hello? What does that mean? It was becoming pretty clear that something more was going on here. And it wouldn't be long before we realized that this was not a survey program at all. This was a brand new game, one which we would soon come to know as Deltarune Chapter 1. And that was literally everything I could think of that you could have missed in Undertale.
Holy
that you might
fuck.
possibly want to know before playing.
My mind is blown. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. Oh my god, my mind is blown. This is the outro and like massive shout out to Phil Games, by the way. This video is amazing. I'm gonna link this video here. Massive shout out. This video is insane. Oh my god. This video is insane. Holy shit. This video is amazing. That is one of... My mind is blown. What the fuck? That's insane. What? Holy shit. Oh my god. That is insane. My mind is blown. My mind is blown right now. My mind is generational fiction. Yeah, and if you want some more generational fiction, be sure to check out my new second channel video, which I'll have linked. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? Yeah, here's the second channel video, by the way. Go and watch this. Holy fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god. Wait. I have thought of something. Hang on, I need to turn my recording back on. This is going in the VOD breakdown. The vessel you meet, the vessel you make is grayscaled too, isn't it? The vessel you make is grayscaled in the beginning. There's no color with it. There's no color, like the Guna followers or whatever they're called. Holy fuck! Oh my god! Holy shit! No ways! No ways! No ways! Oh my god! What if Gaster is a ghost in the machine? Holy fuck. No ways. No ways. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Wow. 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 What? Wait, that section is called Gona Maker in the files. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You've all fallen for my ruse, chat. This entire time you think I was the bro who didn't know, but actually I am Gaster. I am Gaster. There's this theory that Gaster is green. What's the color behind me? They forgot to mention that Gaster is a pirate. What? Yoku, recommend other videos to react to. Yeah, you can. I'm probably not going to react to any more on this stream because I've been going for quite a while and it's getting quite late. Yeah, but it's me! I am Gaster. What colors? What color is behind me? Why is someone saying, no, I'm not Gaster because Gaster is green and Gaster is a pirate? Observe. Observe, chat. Observe. What? What? Oh my god. 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 Why is it not working? Work, damn it. I am Gaster. I am Gaster. It's me. I am Gaster. I am Gaster. It is me. I am Gaster. Chat. This is where I'm gonna call the stream here. Guys, I want to say thank you all so much for coming out. Again, be sure to watch the second channel video over here. Why did it take me 8 years to play Deltarune? I'd love to get the second channel going, where I can just make like more like casual projects, like all that type of shit. Here's the second channel video. Oh, here. Be sure to have a look at the second channel video. Chat, I'm gonna leave it here. Hey, thank you for the hey, thanks for the €2 Pirate Dojo from Chapter 5 OC. I'll have a listen to that. Chat. Okay, fine. Do you want me to play Pirate Dojo? Okay, I'll play Pirate Dojo. Here.
You going back home for the games?
This is Pirate Dojo.
Tap in.
Chat, I want to say thank you all so much for coming up to this stream. We revealed who Gaster is, but I've known the entire time it is me. This is what I'm going to call it. Be sure to check out the second channel video. Outer Wilds video coming up this Friday to a YouTube channel near you. Yes, next stream. Maybe next weekend. I'm not too sure. I need to think about it. I'm going to go sail the 7 seas now as Winding Gaster. Alright, chat. Ja, me heart.